Hey, Hamjambo. Welcome to the Saturday Swahili classes right here on the Blackboard Fan Network Media for the 21st century. And I do hope that everyone is doing fantastic on yet another beautiful Saturday, actually being 8 minutes only past 5 p.m. right here in Nairobi. I'm not sure what time it is, wherever you might be tuning from, but I want to welcome you so much. In Swahili, we normally do say karibu, which is welcome. And when you emphasize and say you're much welcome, you do say karibu sana. And that is what I'm saying to you on this particular weekend, that you are much welcome to come and learn Swahili right here with us on the Blackboard Fan Network, which is a wonderful community of like-minded people who are just out there to bring or bridge that particular gap between the people on the African continent and also Africans even in the US and everywhere else around the world. So I do hope that your weekend is coming up just fine. And this particular month of April, we do have some highlights right here on the African continent. So many highlights in this particular month of April. But one particular highlight that I will be talking about before we get into the classes is a highlight of the memorial, the Rwanda Genocide Memorial, which takes place every other year in April, because in April, that is when the genocide did take place in Rwanda in 1994, April of 1994. And therefore, every other year, since for so many years, they do normally have a memorial, which is just a way of getting to commemorate and even celebrate people that did lose their lives and others who fought to liberate the nation from these taint of the genocide. And even till today, there are people who are they are perpetrators of genocide that are still being looked for. You'll find the Kagame regime or the Kagame government in Rwanda actively pursuing perpetrators of genocide and even following them up to pursue justice, for the families that were affected in Rwanda. So this particular year, so many presidents. I did, for example, Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa. We also did have the president of Ethiopia, sorry, the prime minister of Ethiopia, and also other foreign dignitaries who are in Rwanda. They were there to commemorate these. Is it the 30th year? I believe the 30th year. The 30th year, I believe, of these genocide that took place in Rwanda. Hi, Keith. I don't know if you can hear me.
Hey, Spikes.
Okay, how is it? How is the weekend coming along?
No weekend for me, Spikes. I'm working. That's why you can't see me. I'm working. No days off. No days off for me, Spikes. I don't get to get off and have a good time and play at my
Yeah.
ball sack and none of that. You know.
Even go get go visit the barber shop and get a haircut
I
and
don't,
go to the
I don't even
the other
I don't even get to do that. I'm working. I'm working right now. I'll be working on the Saturday
yeah,
and I'll be working Sunday. So
yeah.
no days off no days off no days off for me this week. Like
That's that's super tight. That's a super tight schedule working from Monday to Monday. But you got
hey, that's what,
mm,
hey, people Black Out Fire got to eat, Spikes.
it, a lot of it's a lot of sacrifice. Being it's a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah. I wish them worthless Negroes understood that. They got KFC yesterday and KFC and a movie yesterday. I was working. Shit.
I
Still,
don't know how
hey,
they'll ever. I don't know how they'll ever pay back it. I don't know how they'll ever pay back it, but it's a good thing.
uh,
That,
they're,
you put in all the work.
they're at home. They're at home chilling. I'm working still. At least I got to show. At least I got to do like the Maury had me laughing. Said Keith is up today. On the show, join him on the show. Yeah, nigga, because I'm working. If I wasn't working, I wouldn't be joining you at no 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm. Would be difficult. But we are
Yeah.
back to classes, and we do purpose that we shall be having these classes on Sundays, and these will be 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern time on Sundays, and that is when we shall be connecting every other Sunday and doing the shows and hoping to connect with everyone that wants to learn a bit of Swahili. Kid, I was talking about Rwanda, and I was saying that they had a memorial last week. Is it last week? Yeah, they had a memorial last week commemorating the ending of the genocide in 1994 when Kagame and his forces restored back
That's
peace in
all.
the
That's all made up. It's all a lie. Kagame was responsible for most of that killing.
mm,
And I'm sure a lot of these puppets know that. That's
mm,
why. Why would they even go there now, knowing that
mm,
Kagame is responsible for him and that drunk ass for 70 are
mm,
responsible for the problems in
mm,
the Congo right now. So why would they even go there? Because why would Ramaphosa go there when he's got his own South African forces fighting
mm,
Kagame's forces? These puppets. I got to sit.
mm,
I want you. I'm gonna send this video to you. I want you to share this video if you can.
mm,
These puppets all gotta go.
mm.
They all gotta go. Shout out to the brothers in South Africa. As mad as me understanding what I've been telling you about
Mm.
Africa. Send this video. All these puppets have got to go.
Yeah. His forces actually went to the Kagame went to conduct his to launch his offensive from Uganda.
They've been in Uganda and Rwanda. They've been there. Who think the M23 rebels are? That's Kagame punk ass. How the hell they the number one producers in cobalt in Africa? There's no cobalt in Rwanda. Spikes.
Mm. It's because they
Remember
have
when we did it?
all the mm,
Remember when we did that show 3 years ago?
mm,
And Kagame's forces somehow end up in the Central African Republic. They say, "Hey, what the hell you doing here?" He said, "Remember, told you I come to help you stabilize
mm,
Central African Republic." And then, nigga, we didn't ask you to come in here. What are you talking about? You here to help? What are you talking about? You sound crazy. What are you doing up in our country?
They are full of agree. That is why Museveni will not believe in power anytime soon, or Kagame. They will not believe in power
Yeah,
anytime soon.
they kept in power. But listen, they put in power by the West. Exactly, it's right there. Kagame, every story you know is a lie. Oh, Kagame's been deceived. And no, they blew them people. Shout out to Rotundo down there in Zimbabwe for also saying the same thing I've been saying. It's the fact. Let me tell you the real history. What happened, Spikes?
Yeah.
Kagame wanted power because no one was going to elect this moronic ass. He was never going to win any presidency, but he was willing to do the benefit of the Europeans. So the CIA trained him and Museveni, dumbass. You know, so like Museveni's not even Ugandan, but he's not the president of Uganda. Make that make sense, like, but called the CIA. So they trained Kagame. First, they try to they try to take with some kind of coup. First, that didn't work.
Yeah.
So they devised this damn scam of genocide. Kagame was going and killing his own people, Spikes. That's why they blew up. That's why they blew up the plane. Remember, with the Rwandan and the Burundian president. You know, nobody knows how they get blown up, Spikes. No one knows where the missile came from. It's called Kagame and Museveni, punk ass. Came from fucking Uganda. So he helped kill his own people. And so at that time, Angola was still a part. Angola was probably the most powerful military in Africa at the time from beating the damn white people. So Mugabe told Angola, can you go and help us go to Kagame Museveni and tell him to knock it off? So Angola in the late after Kagame came to power, that's when you start seeing what? All the trouble in the DRC, Spikes. Now the DRC is being raided. People are running from here to there. No one's safe. So Angola goes to damn Kagame and Museveni say, if you two niggas don't stop, we're going to murder you niggas. We're going to take you out of power. We're going to remove you. And so when they came to see him, like Kagame and Museveni were not there. They were not in the capitals. They were not there. Angola was talking about Angola said, we're going to remove you bastards. We're going to get rid of you. But like every African country, Angola got corrupted from inside. The white man came in and started dismantling their army. So now Angola can't do shit. Just shut the fuck up, man. Shut up.
It was weekend. Big cheese. I do see you saying while Kid was working, me and Spikes were fun smoking bones at the nightclub.
But the more that show was disturbing, the more it was talking. We know drug abuse and alcohol abuse is bad in Africa because of the poverty and the despair. But I didn't know they were digging up graves in Sierra Leone and smoking the bodies. They're smoking bones. They're mixing bones. And Negroes are scared. Negroes are usually scared of the damn the graveyard. They know they got down. They digging up these niggas and grinding their bones down and mixing it with weed and what did he say? Weed and something. I said niggas are smoking bones. What?
It gets them high. Or what is?
Yeah, why? Because that's why I asked too. It's because of the. I said who thought of the bones? Because it's got sulfur in the bones. Sulfur is the thing that makes it high. So they got sulfur. Somebody smart. Somebody said, you know what, man? Let's go dig up these motherfucking niggas and get their bones. It's got sulfur in it. We get everybody high. And it's an epidemic, Spikes in Sierra Leone. It's crazy. They call bones. They call bone smokers.
I haven't heard about that. But Big T, thank you for joining us. I don't know what.
I was on the show with me in Des Moines this morning. I said, God damn, and the guy was like, there's thousands of bodies being dug up here. You see, we now got to defend the grave sites. Look at this. The bodies are gone. I said, God damn. They come in the middle of the night digging up bodies. I said, so imagine them goopy Christians. I'll tell them tomorrow. I said, remember, the goopy Christians are scared. They need their bodies. So when Jesus comes, he'll raise them from the dead.
But their bones are already smoked. If someone took the bones and
I said, now the body's going to be bones. They're going to be smoked. That's right. Them bones are gone. Them bones are gone, nigga. When Jesus come back, they been smoked.
That is that is the biggest problem we have. But anyhow, Keith, you're talking about Kagame and Museveni being responsible. The other person who was responsible is Bill Clinton. You know, he was saying the other day when he was in Rwanda, because he was in Rwanda last week, he was saying that that his biggest regret is not responding to the heat or to the warning that came about Rwanda. This is a video here. You will see him lying, Bill Clinton lying, and this is the time that he has come to. And then we start off the class.
They always did a lot. Remember, Obama told the same like, oh, my biggest regret was that we came and killed Gaddafi. Motherfucker, you wanted to kill Gaddafi. They always do that fake. They always do that fake shit because that's their puppet. This fucking skinny, big head nigga here, this damn Kagame, this skinny, big head nigga, that's their puppet. They put him in power. He's the one doing all the shit in the Congo, and they know it. That fact, like I said, why the hell would Ramaphosa be there when his own forces are fighting Kagame right now in the Congo? That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all in it together. They all in it together.
Exactly. All these puppets gotta go.
We also did have the force from. We also did have the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He was there. I think the Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu was there. Who else did I see there? There were a couple of all of these puppets. Most of these puppets were there in Kigali.
In Kigali, Kigali.
Yeah, in that year. But you know, it's crazy how people are displaced and others, millions killed. But family, let's get into the Swahili classes for today. We shall be talking about other highlights. We shall be talking a little bit.
Yeah, because we don't, you know, if we learn Swahili, we gotta make sure we're not smoking bones. Bone smoking.
That is.
Shout out to you tomorrow. You bone smoking. And we learned about the bone smoking in Sierra Leone. The syrup drinking in Nigeria. How bad the cough syrup drug is and then we learned, and Kenya's even worse. Kenya, they got cats on Viagra, but the most say you're a zombie, but your dick is hard. It's Viagra mixed with some other drug in Kenya, where they getting all tore up on. It's like weed and Viagra and something. Good, Spikes.
I'm just saying the pandemic is not as crazy as it is there in where is this place Mick Mill is from? Where is this particular place?
Oh, Philadelphia's bad too. Yeah, Philly.
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies on the street. Yeah.
It hasn't gotten.
That's what I was telling there. The Moors. It's the same in America with that oxycodone and that fentanyl. So fentanyl is made to Africa. I was like, damn, they're gonna be zombies. That's what I'm talking about. Zombies in Sierra Leone, zombies in that. They mix that shit with that fentanyl. Same shit they got in Philadelphia. Everybody's all. I said, family, this is because of poverty and despair. That's the underlying issue. They won't address the issue of poverty in Africa, where everybody's living hand to mouth. They won't address that because these puppets, so good bastards that are in there. Just that, you'll get rid of a lot of drugs from, because I'm in a state of hopelessness and despair.
It has gotten to a level where people now just don't care anymore. You know, there's nothing else left to lose. You're the rock bottom, so you decide you cannot fall any further.
Yeah, exactly.
You decide into.
How what the guy said earlier said, I got nothing to do but smoke these bones. That's great. Because I was like, I was this morning, who thought of bones? Who thought black people scared of grave sites? They're always scared. They scary. Who thought about digging up people's graves and you know and pot them down the bone?
There must have been someone, maybe probably a doctor or someone who knows about this anatomy.
I guess so. I don't know. They're making a lot of money from it.
It cannot just be a random. It cannot just be a random guy. But anyhow, let's get into the Swahili class. But before we do that, I just want to share this particular funny video here. of this comedian. What's the name of this comedian? I'm not sure. Maybe Big Cheese knows the name of this comedian here.
Listing all the evidence they had against OJ.
Yeah.
I said OJ did it. They may as well lock him up right now. I don't even know why it's going on with the trial, all that evidence. But I kept on watching till Smooth Johnny finished listing all the evidence they had against OJ. I said OJ did it. They may as well lock him up right now. I don't even know why they going on with the trial, all that.
They had no evidence against me. All the evidence is all fake and phony. That's why white America's all mad. But he burned in hell. Now that the man was OJ was a moron. Don't no moron commit double homicide and no blood evidence. They can find out it's fake blood evidence. You don't go cutting off people's heads and don't have a bunch of blood and bruises all on you. Right? OJ was such a moron, they locked him up for trying to steal his own shit. It was his stuff. They locked this man up again. It's like, I stole Spike's shit. Spike's coming back. Keith, you stole my shit. I know, Spike, but I don't want to give it back to you. Spike comes in my house, tries to take his shit back, and he gets locked up for 9 years. That's and then remember, when they letting his ass out, I like white people. White people, my friends.
This comedian says that the mistakes, no single person can make all these mistakes that were allegedly done by.
Right now. I don't even know what's going on with the trial, all that evidence, but I kept on watching till Smooth Johnny Cochran got up and started breaking it down. Johnny Cochran got a point. They got too much evidence against OJ. Nobody could have been that damn stupid.
Exactly.
No one man, even if it was, and even if it was, no one man could have made all them mistakes. How could one man drop one bloody glove at the crime scene, take the matching bloody glove to his own
at home,
blood all up and down Rockingham Boulevard, blood in the bushes, blood in the grass, left his hat on top of one of the bodies, blood on the fence, blood on the outside of the Bronco, blood inside the Bronco. He couldn't have done it. He got to his house, climbed over the wall and broke in his own estate for what he lived there.
And then he got the white guy there. He got the little white guy living there with him, Kato Kalin. But remember, guys, you had four what those guys that do the body, I have the brain who do the autopsy, right? Four of them in LA said no way OJ could have did it. And when they proved that, they all ended up murdered. All four of them died. All four. Because this was a setup. It's all fake and fraudulent. I told you this is a hit. You know this was a professional hit done. LJ's a moron. Ain't no moron commit no master criminal shit. This motherfucker trying to make like he was in love with that white woman. They had been divorced. He wasn't even going after her ass. He found him a new white woman. He's the juice. I'm OJ. I give him another white woman. So he didn't care about that white woman. He was mad because when he came home that day, when they were playing that call, and he was in there, she's like, this is OJ, you know what's in. He said, hey, I found it in there sucking dick in front of my kids. Strangers dick out. Don't suck dick in front of my children. So that made the white woman look bad. You know, they got to make her, she's the white woman. She's clean as snow. But you can't have her, you can't hold OJ on tape talking about she's sucking somebody's dick in front of the kids. That don't make the fake narrative they're trying to make. She's sucking dick in front of the kids. Get out of here.
The comedian explains it nicely.
Blood on the outside of the Bronco. Blood inside the Bronco. He couldn't have done it. He got to his house, climbed over the wall, and broke in his own estate for what he lived there. And he got a creepy estate. Knocked on the wall, woke Kato's lazy ignorant.
Yeah, that was Kato. Look, Jose. OJ loved white people so good. He had a white dude living in his house, in his servant, whatever you call it, the second house of his estate. White guy that don't do shit. Ain't like he was the servant. He let white people. Somebody he bought like some goopy white dude in and let him live out in the other part of the house for free. What? Like, who is this clown ass white dude? Oh, that's Kato Kalin. He lived with OJ. What? Why was he living with OJ? What? He was living in his second house when there was no his house unattached from the regular house. Yeah, but why is he there? Who is this white guy? OJ just picking up random white guys. You want to come live with OJ? It's like a pet. Yeah, I like to come. I gotta pay it. No, you ain't got to pay no money.
You'll not have black people who are living in the
Hell no. Hell no. That for free, Spikes? Nigga, you ain't. First of all, you ain't getting in OJ's house being black. And secondly, you ain't getting in there for free. And the funny part about it, like you said, Kato Kalin was sold out. This motherfucker was been living in OJ's house for free. Then he tried to help. Oh yeah, I heard OJ. I think it was OJ climbed over his own house and hit the wall. I was in there sleeping. No, he was in there smoking a joint.
Smoking some bones. He was smoking some bones.
Yeah, he's smoking some bones. I was getting high and I heard a noise. That's what you get, OJ, you no good dirty bastard. Got a white guy sleeping in your house and he's still chilling on your ass.
And then, and Johnny Cochran's so smooth, he got OJ thinking he didn't really do it.
and after that, they killed Johnny Cochran. They killed his ass. I told you this is a setup. Got a complete moron. OJ wasn't, and then when OJ, when he supposedly killed him, they had him on a black tour. It was so funny. He was coming back to black, they had him in black churches. He was going around. You see them in D.C., Chicago, New York, in these black churches. And as soon as that trial was over, fuck you niggas, I'm OJ. Got time to be around you niggas no more. Where my white women at? Where my white women?
He will throw his people under the bus anytime.
All right. OJ was an honest coon. He told you he was a coon. I can respect an honest coon. He was an honest coon. I can respect an honest coon. I'm a coon nigga. It's about the money. White folks got the money. You black folks don't got shit. I'm going to cater to white people. Okay. I can respect that. I can respect an honest coon. So, black people were under no illusions that he wasn't a coon. But we know he didn't kill that white woman and that white man because he's a total moron. You can't kill nobody when you're a total moron, Spike. OJ's an idiot.
They probably made it seem like he was a mastermind of the whole.
Yeah, he's a mastermind. But hold on, I'm gonna do something. He's a mastermind, right? He's a mastermind. But then he gets caught, Spike, for stealing his own shit. So you can't.
Climbing over the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be content talking about you're a genius, and they got you going in some hotel room, and somebody white give you a gun. Well, just call the police. Hey, they got my shit up in this hotel. So the white people gave him a gun. He goes in there. Hey, you people got my shit. Where my shit at? Right. And so now he gets charged with kidnapping because he hold people hostage trying to get his shit in Las Vegas. He's a moron. They gave him 30 years and he did 9. OJ did 9 years in prison. That's because they couldn't get him on murder. Because he's an idiot. You know he's an idiot. Yeah.
They had to make sure they get him for something.
That's right. White America was mad as shit when he got. Do me a favor real quick. Do this. Go to YouTube and type this in YouTube. Say the reaction of white America and black America to the OJ verdict. White people are like, oh! White people are like, yeah, God damn it. Somebody finally got justice. Because no, we don't got no money for lawyers. OJ had money for at least a good lawyer. Like yeah. And white people say, you know good niggas. You know good niggas. Look at the white people.
White
Yeah. So
America.
the reaction, you like,
Reaction of white America to OJ.
yeah. Why don't say the reaction? It is a Swahili class. You already know Swahili, Joby. What you worried about? You already know Swahili. We try to learn. Get your ass out of here. Anyway, so go what
The
said
reaction.
the difference between white America and black America's reaction to the OJ verdict. The OJ verdict.
Let me
We
see.
gonna get to Swahili.
Yeah,
We gotta go back through OJ real quick.
let
You already know Swahili.
me see. LA community.
So the black and white community, the black and white response to OJ to the OJ verdict.
What I see is the black reaction. Let me see if I get
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the black reaction and the white reaction. You see, that's how you know. That's how you know we're not. The whole country's different.
let me share this.
Go ahead.
Uh, uh-huh. Is a video, the reaction. Okay, yeah, this is a video.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant or Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of
You see this? This is all across Black America, Spikes.
Yeah.
This was a crime of the century, baby. Yeah, yeah, black man finally got justice. Yeah, because we don't get no justice. Look at this. They're like they got Christmas presents, Spike. Look at white people, Spike. Oh, you no good, dirty niggas.
You can tell it from her face. This is a lady here. You can tell it
Yes,
from her
face. That's right.
because
You
of this.
no good. You no good, dirty niggas. Now show the white. Now show the white. The white reactions be like that. It's gonna be like that all over the whole country. White people gonna be like, I quit. Yeah, white people say I'm quitting my job. How can I go on as a white person and teach? You had teachers, Spikes, who were teachers in school teaching black. I don't want to teach these dirty niggas. How can I teach them that when there's injustice like this in the world, Spikes? You're like, what?
That is how Caitlyn Jenner. What is her name? Caitlyn Jenner. No, not Caitlyn. What is her name? Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner felt when she was posting on good readers. She said good readers.
Oh yeah, that damn Bruce Jenner. No, correct. Because you know what? Because OJ was fucking his wife. It wasn't his wife. Chris Jenner was fucking OJ. Spikes. You didn't know nothing about that, did you, Spikes? OJ was putting dick up in her. That's why he mad. And they said, and they said that ugly Kardashian girl is really OJ's. What's the one? What's the middle one that used to be fat, but she's not fat no more? The one who's always married to the black basketball players. What's her name?
Um,
Um, so many.
uh,
The second one. What's that? What was the fat one's name?
Kardashians. I don't know the Kardashians' name, but this is the reaction. OJ Savadik's UT Chattanooga reaction from our students. Let me see what students.
What was the fat one's name? They all got name after Kylie Kenner. Hell is that fat one name? The one that was married to goddamn married to the older dude who almost died of drugs too. What was that? That was that Goopy Kardashian broad name.
I just know Kim
Yeah, Kim. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the only one you ever know is Kim. They got famous. That's what they got famous off this OJ shit because they daddy Robert Kardashian was OJ's best friend. See, OJ was and he recused himself from the helping OJ in the trial because OJ was fucking his wife. OJ putting that dick down on Jenna. Come get some of this juice dick, baby. I'm OJ. Remember. That's what Jay-Z songs about. Still OJ.
I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm OJ.
All right. I'm not black. I'm OJ. OJ was an honest coon. I'm not black. I'm OJ, nigga. I'm OJ. OJ, but aren't you African? I'm OJ.
Screw the Africans. Screw the Africans. I'm OJ. I don't.
That's right. Fuck him. Still OJ. That's right. OJ said I'm out here getting white coochie, nigga. That's what. You ain't fucking my white coochie up.
Um, uh,
What's that ugly? What's the ugly one's name? Damn. Chris. Kylie. Kenner. Damn.
let me see.
Courtney. Yeah, Courtney. You got Courtney. That's a little ugly one, but that ain't her.
Chloe.
Chloe. That's her. That's the fat one. Yeah. That's the fat one. It says OJ's daughter. Fuck. They say Chloe's OJ's kid, Spikes.
I don't know see the similarity. I don't know see the similarity there, but
Hey, that's what they say. They say that's really close. That's really OJ's. That's OJ's dick work there. That's OJ's dick work. I'm an OJ girl. Cause she don't look like the rest of the Kardashians. They said that's OJ. And right at that time, his best friend, you can see his best friend was Robert Kardashian. You can look that up. His best friend was their daddy, and their daddy said they had a falling out because he found out that OJ had been fucking Chris. He been getting that coochie. Okay, so you may be my best friend, but I'm still the juice, nigga. I'm the juice.
I'm OJ.
I'm OJ. Go ahead. Let's go and start.
So let's go to learning Swahili family.
All right.
Last week, the week before, family, we did a bit of an introduction into Swahili, and we were talking about Swahili being one of the easiest languages to learn on the African continent. And I was just saying that on the African continent, we do have over 1,500 languages, close to 2,000 languages.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
In Nigeria alone, we do have 200 languages. In Cameroon, we do have 150. In Ethiopia, we do have 80 languages in Ethiopia. In Kenya, we do have 47 languages. If you go to Eritrea, I think there are 3 languages. Rwanda, 3 languages as well. So when you do a whole lot, when you put those languages together, they total to close to 2,000 languages, and it's very, very difficult even for Africans on the continent to also understand each other, unless we get to embrace a language that we can all get to adapt for learning by different African people from different places. And before the passing on of the president of Tanzania, his name was John Magufuli. He was a big proponent of the idea of getting to embrace Swahili as the language of the official language of the continent, where he also did get to introduce the need for Africans to communicate in these languages, even through meetings, for example, through the Southern African Development Corporation's meetings that are held in Southern Africa. And to that end, there was an exchange between Tanzania and South Africa. I also believe also Kenya and South Africa, to have teachers of Swahili going to South Africa and teaching people in Southern Africa to communicate in Swahili. And for me, from my experience learning Swahili, I would actually tell you quite clearly that it's one of the easiest languages to learn. And this is a Bantu language, which also has some Arab influence, because we did have the Arabs coming to trade with the Bantu of the coastal regions of Eastern Africa. And these are places such as Mombasa, Zanzibar, and also other areas along the coast of Eastern Africa. And this language has many speakers on the continent. If you come to Kenya, this is the national language of Kenya. In Tanzania, it's also the national language of Tanzania. I do believe also the national language of Uganda, but I'm quite to confirm. But it's widely spoken by over 60 million people.
It, it shares the national language with the Congo. You got Swahili and Lingala as the two
Okay.
national languages of Congo.
Yeah,
You got,
Swahili and Lingala. Mm. So if anyone is trying to get a language which you can learn on the African continent, I believe Swahili is that language for you. And even for people who might say,
it,
"Oh, I do not want to go to Eastern Africa. I want to go to maybe perhaps at all in West Africa." It's still not bad to have some Swahili. It's not spoken in West
it,
Africa because you
it
have other
does
language.
it doesn't make a difference because you can trace most of those languages back to Swahili. They have
Mm,
that's why I told Rumizad that the language of Zimbabwe I can hear the Swahili in it. That's why
mm,
I told her say what because we know Simba is lion in Swahili, and in
okay.
Shona a line is like Simbo or Sim something. I said that's
Okay.
Swahili. It just through time and distance the language would change as people
Mm,
migrated to different parts of Africa.
mm. And
Go
also
ahead,
the
sir.
same also applies. The same also applies to other languages. Even in Zambia, when I was speaking to a friend on an interview in Zambia, some of the words also are very very close. It means that you can also get to understand Swahili. Even in Zambia, you'll find some
Yeah,
Swahili speakers in
well, but
Zambia as well.
you can say in the origin. The origin means Swahili is it means those languages are derivatives of Swahili. Because you can
Mm.
just like when you was in Rwanda, that was 5 years ago. Talking to I forgot the guy's name. You understood what he was
John,
saying,
John
John.
Mugabo. Yeah.
Yeah, John. So talking to John, you understood what he was saying because there were similarities within the language.
Mm.
That means they have a common origin there.
Mm. And even right now in Rwanda, there are people embracing Swahili more. So you'll find it being spread much more faster, maybe perhaps with these social media and other platforms where people can just learn Swahili. It might the spread of the language will even get a faster pace, pick a faster pace right now that you do have all these resources online. So family, today we shall be learning about a bit of an introduction, continuing on the introduction, and then getting to do key and popular words in Swahili. We shall be doing greetings and common courtesy in Swahili. And then next week on Sunday, we shall get into Swahili grammar, getting to understand how the Swahili language operates and how it's different from English and other different languages. For people that have taken a keen interest in the language, it doesn't take too much. I believe if you do have friends that you can get to practice your Swahili with, or colleagues that you get to practice your Swahili with, or even family, it becomes even much more easier. And right now, there are so many resources on the internet. We do have YouTube, which is where people get to learn everything these days. We also do have apps, for example, the Duolingo app, which you can download and install on your phone. We also do have guidebooks that you can also get to find ebooks that you can get to find online and start your journey learning Swahili. So for today, we shall get into the introduction of key and popular words in Swahili. There are so many popular words in Swahili, but for the sake of our introduction for today, we shall get into things such as greetings. We shall get into things such as common courtesy words, and from there, you get a bit or you get to know of how the language is. So some of the keywords in Swahili have simple pronunciations with 2 or 3 vowels and often easy to remember. It is therefore wise for beginners to practically start with this. For example, the most common Swahili names are used in a common family unit. I'm talking about words, common Swahili words, keywords in the family unit. For example, the mother, the father, the child, the brother, the sister, the uncle, the aunt, the cousin, the grandmother, the grandfather. Those are some words that we shall get introduced to. For mother, you simply do say mama. Mama, it's also Swahili. You might say mama. When you say mama yangu, you mean my mother, or mama yako, you'd mean your mother. So if someone says habari yako mama, because for Swahili greetings, you would say jambo or habari yako. If you say habari yako is hello. So if you say habari yako mama, that simply translates into how are you mom? How are you mom? Or how are you mother? For father or dad, we do say baba, B-A-B-A, baba. These are two vowels, ba, ba. So for Swahili, when you're talking about father, you do say baba. So if you're to join mother and father, you would say mama na baba. We shall talk about connectors and adjectives and adverbs and the grammar, the Swahili grammar. But for now, I just want to introduce you to the family unit. And this is mama and also baba. Baba, which is for father or dad. When you talk about a child or a baby in Swahili, we do refer to a child as mtoto. Mtoto. Mtoto is a child. And if you do say habari yako mtoto, that will be how are you child? How are you child? Or how are you baby? For a brother, if you do say hi brother, you would say habari kaka. Habari kaka. If you do say if you're referring to a brother, it's kaka. But we also do have ndugu, but ndugu is in the brethren sense, not in the biological brother sense. For biological brother, you say kaka, but for the bigger term of a brother in the brotherhood spirit, you just say ndugu, ndugu. So if you say habari ndugu, Habari, habari ndugu, you simply sharing greetings with a brother. For sister, it's dada. For sister, it's D-A-D-A, dada. And therefore, if you're saying hello to a sister, you would say habari yako dada, habari yako dada, or habari dada, which is hello sister, hello sister. So dada is not really difficult to remember. Even kaka, it's not really difficult to remember. But more than remembering, it's just good to have practice. You know, the more you practice, the more you get to learn the language. And I always do say, please have a friend or a colleague or a family member that you can practice these Swahili words with. Dada, which is D-A-D-A, da, da, for sister. For an uncle, you simply just say jomba, mjomba. This is how you refer to an uncle, jomba. For an auntie, you would say shangazi, shangazi for an auntie. And if you do say habari mjomba, habari yako mjomba, that is how are you uncle. Or if you do say habari yako shangazi, that is for how are you auntie, how are you auntie. For cousin, we simply do say binamu, we do say binamu. If you do say habari binamu, that is hello cousin, hello cousin. Or habari yako binamu is hello cousin. So we also do have the grandmother, the grandparents. If you're talking about a grandmom, a grandmother, you simply would say nyanya, nyanya. So for example, if you want to say how are you grandmother, you would simply say habari yako nyanya, habari yako nyanya. And if simply someone comes up to you and they say habari yako, the way you respond, because they're asking you how are you, you would say I'm good, I'm fine. And the way you say fine or good is nzuri. Nzuri is good or fine, and nzuri is good or fine. And you can also say salama, it means well. So if someone says habari
Salama.
yako ndugu, yeah, salama, salama is I'm well, I'm well. So if someone says habari yako, you can say salama, and they would understand that you are well. And I've always thought about greetings. No one actually ever says that they are not well. If you say hello to people around, they'll just say I'm good, I'm good. Those
No,
people
no,
have not
no
had
one's gonna say. No one's gonna say, "Yeah, I'm really fucked up." Who's gonna help you? You know, I'm really doing bad. Who's gonna say I'm really doing bad? Okay. Can't nobody do nothing about it. Shit.
yeah, that is the reason why people do not really say they're doing bad, because no one really cares. People are not
That's
as
right.
empathetic as they used to in the Ubuntu spirit. But if someone says habari yako mama, it's how are you mom? If they say habari yako baba, it means how are you my dad? If they say
All right.
habari yako dada, they say habari yako dada, you this is for how are you sister,
How
and
you
you can say
sister?
salam. Yeah, dada is for sister, and you can say salama, which is for fine or well. Or you can also say nzuri. Nzuri is for good. If you say I'm good, say nzuri, nzuri, which is Nzuri. We shall get in the spelling for those particular words. When you talk about a grandfather, it's babu, B-A-B-U, babu. It's for grandfather, babu. And if you say habari yako babu, it's hello, how are you, a grandfather. But for the coastal people, there is also another way they do the greetings, which is not the most popular, but they also do say shikamo. Shikamo is hello. Shikamo is hello for the coastal people of Mombasa and even places such as Dar es Salaam. But that is not the common um, not the common way you'll find in on a normal day-to-day Swahili greetings. People will just say habari yako, or they might say hujambo. Hujambo, hujambo is hello, hujambo. And then the way you respond is you do say sijambo, sijambo. If someone says hujambo ndugu or hujambo kaka, you would respond and say sijambo. So for the greetings, if you're referring to someone and sorry, if you're greeting someone, you can simply say hello, hujambo, and they can respond and say sijambo. They can respond and say sijambo. And the thing about hello is that you can say hello to anyone. Doesn't matter whether they are a lady or they are a gentleman. You can say hello because you can say hello and they will just respond and say sijambo. You say hujambo and they will respond and say sijambo. And we shall try sometime do the response, the questions and the responses when you do have maybe perhaps we'll try have the more in studio and do that conversation so that you can see how the dialogue would move. But now, if you're talking about a nephew, we do refer to a nephew as a mpwa, mpwa, and also a niece is also mpwa. There is no difference when you're referring to a nephew or a niece. It's the same. It's mpwa. And in Swahili, we notice that there's a difference between Swahili and other languages in that Swahili is not really gender specific. Swahili is not really gender specific. For example, when you're talking about a nephew and you're talking about a niece, it's the same name. It's mpo.
It
And
doesn't have
also
the
when you
feminine and the doesn't have the
yeah
feminine and the masculine.
yeah there are no masculine feminine connotations. It's just the same. For example, if you're saying he came to the house, he came to the house, you will say alikuja alikuja kwa nyumba. And if you're talking about she came to the house, it's still the same. Alikuja kwa nyumba. It's still the same. There is not that gender specificity with Swahili, and maybe perhaps it was the way the language was developed. But if you're talking about a friend, you would just say Rafiki. Rafiki, it's Rafiki. And if you're talking about an enemy, it's Adui. And for example, if you're talking about examples used in a sentence, you will say habari yako mama, which is how are you, mom? If you use another example of baba in a sentence, which is father in a sentence, you would say baba alienda mjini, and that is my father went to the city. My father went to the city. And if you use the example of a child, which is mtoto, you might say mtoto ako nyumbani, which is the child is at home. The child is at home. And for example, if you're using the word rafiki for a friend, you would say yule ni rafiki yangu. Translated to English, that is my friend. That is my friend. And it's not really difficult. Mostly you talk about father and mother, you talk about child, you talk about brother and sister. Those are the most common on a day-to-day. They will be used in a lot of sentences or in a conversation on a day-to-day basis. Another popular words in Swahili, you might be talking about body parts. Body parts in Swahili. If you're talking about the head, your head, it's kichwa. Kichwa in Swahili. If you point to the head, it's kichwa in Swahili. If you talk about the eye, we call the eye jicho, jicho in Swahili, jicho. If you're talking about the nose, it's pua, pua for the nose. If you're talking about the mouth, we call it mdomo in Swahili. And for the ear, we call it skio, 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 skio. And what you realize about Swahili words, most the Swahili words mostly do have alternating vowel sounds. For example, if you look at Rafiki, it's a ra, fi, ki. So ra, of course, has that vowel sound a. Fi has that vowel sound e, and ki also has that vowel sound e, because we do have the 5 vowels in Swahili, which is a, e, o, u, and therefore almost, actually all Swahili words end with a vowel sound. All Swahili words end with a vowel sound. For example, baba, which ends with the vowel sound a from ba. If we're talking about mama, it ends the vowel sound a as well. So we do have the 5 vowel sounds in Swahili: a, e, o, u. And most Swahili words do have vowel sounds alternating: ra, fi, ki, which is brother. Which is friend. For ndugu or for kaka, it's ka, and it has two vowel sounds, which is ka, which is and at making those particular words. If you're talking about other body parts, you talk about the neck. The neck is a shingo. The neck is a shingo. For the chest, you're talking about kifua. It's kifua. For the thigh, it's paja. P-A-J-A. Paja. And actually, for Swahili, the word sounds as direct as it is pronounced, as it reads. For example, if it's P-A-J-A, it's paja. Paja. There is no other pronunciation of the same. It's paja. So the way it's written, also its pronunciation is almost going to be very close to just the way you see it written. For example, it's P-A-J-A for paja, and that is the way it's pronounced, meaning thigh. For breast, this is a body part, which is a T-T. It's T-I-T-I, T-T, and that is for breast. If you're talking about the heart is roho. So there are two vowel sounds, roho, and that is how it is. For the waist, it's known as kiuno. For the leg, it's mguu. And if you're using these particular popular words referring to the body part in a sentence, they would be as follows. Mguu wake unauma, because mguu refers to a leg, and or you can say mkono wake unauma, which is mkono is the hand. So mkono wake unauma means his arm or his hand is hurting. And if someone says alipatwa na mshtuko wa roho, it simply means he or she got a heart attack. He or she got a heart attack. And then from there, we might go into learning a bit of some Swahili words which refers to animals. Earlier on, Akira was talking about Simba. Simba is, most people know Simba, I believe, because of the Lion King. And Simba simply is a lion. For a cat, we do say paka, which is P-A-K-A for a cat. For a dog, it's mbwa. And apart from having Swahili words having syllable sounds and vowels following each other, we do have also other special consonants in Swahili, which bring together two consonants. For example, CH, which is chakula. That would be an example of a special consonant in Swahili, but we'll get to learning that when we get into the grammar of it. So the lion is Simba, the elephant it's ndovu. We do have the rhino, which is kifaru. The rhino is kifaru. And talking about rhinos, in Kenya, rhinos are becoming almost extinct. You know, rhinos. We do have the southern. Let's call the white rhinoceros. Yeah, we do have the southern white rhinoceros. There are only a handful of those, so we might not be using the name kifaru. It might also become, languages also become extinct. Languages also become archaic. We have talked about languages such as the Khoisan, the languages of the Khoisan becoming almost extinct. But there are people still who use a click sound. Personally, I don't know how easy it would be speaking with a click sound, but I understand that there are people who are still holding on to the culture, because if you want to have a rebirth of the culture, it means that you also have to celebrate the languages. You also have to celebrate the elements of the culture. And that is why it is very important that we learn Swahili together. And in case you have a question, as we move along, as we learn, it's very, very important that as we learn, that you can share your questions also as well. Please make sure that you're sending through your question. If you have any question, it doesn't have even to be related with a direct Swahili. It might have to do with the culture, or it might have to do with the people, because the language and the people, they are closely interlinked. You might ask a question about the Swahili culture of Eastern Africa, or you might ask anything about the language. The language is very old. Actually, Swahili is older even than the Arabic language. The Arabic language just came up the other day, but Swahili has been in existence for so many years. And as people broke apart into smaller communities, the language also has changed. You'll find other languages that have stemmed from Swahili, but the original language was actually these are Bantu Swahili language. And even as the language also keeps on growing, other words are added onto the language. And it's very, very important that you might also try get yourself a kamusi, which is a Swahili dictionary. And we also do have a dictionary which interprets from English into Swahili, or Swahili into English. There is that dictionary which is known as the Kamusi. Kamusi is where you get to learn what a particular Swahili word means, and it's also very important that we also get maybe perhaps to getting that. If you do not want to use that particular resource, you can get the Duolingo app, which will also help you also get a grasp of this particular language. I always do say it's very, very important. It's very, very important that you have at least one language. If you're trying to reconnect to the continent, please have one language, at least one language that you can speak, because that language will also help you really reestablish that link, reestablish that connection. And one of the things that baffles me is that you will find the Muzungus, who are the white people, coming on the African continent and having a keen interest on the languages of the African people. But then again, sometimes you'll find not as much level of interest with our own people. For example, I was talking about last week but one, that the Brazilians also, we should have more people training or teaching Swahili in Brazil. And not just in Brazil, but even where we do have our people everywhere. If you go to the US, go to Canada, go to Europe, we should have more people sparking that particular interest of the language, so that there can be a renaissance that comes through the language. You cannot have an African renaissance and not have a language which is also being used to as a carriage for this particular renaissance of the African continent. And the other class, the last previous class, I was talking about Cheikh Ant Diop, who did say that one of the pillars for us to have a regeneration of the African culture, one of the pillars that we can use is African languages. And therefore, in his book or in his presentations, he actually did put together that particular need as to why people need to get back to learning at least one African language and knowing these languages thoroughly. So let's get back to learning the words. If you're talking about basic common items in Swahili, for example, water. Water is life, and we do say maji, M-A-J-I, maji, which is water. If someone says nisaidie na maji kidogo, maji is simply water, and maji kidogo is a little water. Maji kidogo is a little water. If you're talking about food, food is chakula, and you simply say nipe chakula tafadhali, which is give me a little food, please. We shall be learning about our common courtesy words, but if you're talking about nipe chakula, if you're talking about give me food, is serve me some food, that would be nipe chakula. If you're talking about cloth in Swahili, we normally do say nguo or mavazi. And for fire, we talk about moto. And the thing is, some of the time we're trying to interpret black hot fire into Swahili and realize that the word for fire and the word for hot is still the same. Moto is fire and hot is fire. So you'd only say moto. That is how you'd say hot fire. You'd say moto. But it sounds like a Japanese name when you talk about moto. But it's actually Swahili, and fire is interpreted into moto. If you're talking about time you might actually say wakati, or if you're talking about time, you might also say saa. So if you ask him what time is it, you will say ni saa ngapi. But if you say what time will it take, you would say itachukua wakati or muda mgani. So Swahili for time would be wakati, it will be muda. Let me add that onto the notes. It would be muda, or it would also be saa. But saa most of the time really stands for the hour all the time. And then when you're talking about fruit simply is translated into tunda. If someone says kula tunda, it means eat fruit. That is kula tunda. If someone says kula chakula, that means eat food. For water, we do drink, and therefore you would say kunywa maji. And these are some of the basic common items that you find and the interpretation in Swahili. So when you're talking about, we step further from that and go into how you refer to ownership, or how you indicate, or how you express ownership in terms of objects or in terms of a people. When you're talking about a linkage or the ownership of an item, and you're talking about mine, if you're talking about mine, for example, my watch or my phone, my watch, a watch is phone, sorry, a watch is a sa, and if you say it's mine, you would say sa yangu. So if you're talking about the linkage or talking about ownership, expressing ownership, you do say yangu. But if you're talking about a person, not an item, then you would say wangu. Wangu, it moves from yangu to yangu. So if you say baba yangu, you say baba yangu, that would be my father. If you say mama yangu, that would be my mother. If you say dada yangu, that would be my sister. So you would say habari yako dada yangu. That would simply mean, hello, how are you, my sister? Habari yako dada yangu. So yangu, at that particular in that particular sentence, it's normally used to really just show the relationship or the ownership. And if you're talking about someone else, for example, it's your watch or it's your book. It's your book. For book, we call a book kitabu, kitabu in Swahili. And therefore, if you're talking about your book, it's yours. You would simply say kitabu yako or kitabu chako. Kitabu chako in that regard. But if you're talking about, for example, a watch, you would say sa yako, sa yako. If you're talking about maybe perhaps a phone, you would say simu yako, because phone is a simu, or you might also call it rununu. That is how you would actually just call it. If it's ours, we're talking about expressing ownership, and we're talking about an item that is ours. We do say yetu, yetu. So you would say, for example, simu yetu, which would be our phone, or you would say dada yetu, which is our sister, dada yetu, which is our sister. Or if you say kaka yetu, that would simply mean our brother. Or if you say mama yetu, it seems like that your siblings, and that is our mother. So you're expressing that relationship, and the same words will be used to express ownership or that relationship between the owner or between two related people or items. And if you're talking about theirs, their mother, you would say mama yao, mama yao. Their mother would be mama yao. And when you're talking about Swahili at the introduction, I think we forgot to say that in English, you do start with a pronoun, and then, for example, you're talking about his book, which is kitabu chake, his book. But when you're talking about his book, when you're using English, written English, and even spoken English, there's a difference in that when you speak in English, you do say his book or his phone. But in Swahili, when you go to Swahili, we start with the subject. We start with the subject, and we do say kitabu chake. We start with the subject and then get to the pronoun. But in English, how do I explain it? Let me see a simpler way of explaining this. Let me just put it down so that we do see what I'm trying to explain here. It might be a bit cumbersome to explain. Hello Spikes, habari yako? Nzuri sana, General Mosquito. Thank you for joining us on the show. You do say kaka yangu, which is my brother. Kaka yangu, it's Y-A-N-G-U. So you might say, hello Spikes, habari yako? Kaka yangu. You might say habari yako, kaka yangu, habari yako, kaka yangu.
How do you say British Negroes stealing in the grocery store, Spikes?
British Negroes, you just say Africa wakiiba kutoka kwa duka, because the duka is a store. But the thing is also, another thing I realized, Swahili is not vulgar or how can I say it? There are no curse words in Swahili. The language is very
it's very African. It's very African because it's civil. Yeah.
Very simple. So if you're trying to curse and then try to curse someone, it's very difficult to interpret the curse.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's very that's how you know they come from the Arabs. It's very African. Africans
Yeah.
are civil people.
That is what you do find in the language. So if you're talking about his phone, let me try show a difference of something I'm trying to demonstrate. If you say about his phone in Swahili, it becomes simu yake, and therefore you realize that there is a difference. In English, you start with the pronoun and then go to the item or the subject. But in Swahili, you start with the subject and then go to the pronoun, the subject, and then go to the pronoun. I'll try to find more examples to explain this particular point. I think I'm not delivering it well, but I'll find a way to explain this particular point, that there's a difference when you write down Swahili or when you say Swahili. There's a difference between Swahili and English. Simu is a phone. Got it. Simu is a phone. Simu is a phone, or you might also call it rununu. Rununu is for mobile phone. Simu simply just refers to any phone. It could be a landline phone or a house phone, but rununu simply means a mobile phone. But let's move a little bit fast forward and talk about other items, or talk about other relations. If you're talking about theirs, I did say it's theirs, it's yao. Theirs, it's yao. And theirs is yao. And when you're talking about also the places, let's now go into places, some places that you can refer to, and these are popular places that will pop up in your day-to-day conversation. I'm talking about home, I'm talking about school, I'm talking about work, I'm talking about the market. So these are places in Swahili and how you refer to them in Swahili. For home, you do say nyumbani. Nyumbani means home. So if someone says go back home, if someone simply wants to tell you go back home, they would simply say rudi nyumbani, rudi nyumbani, rudi nyumbani. For the market, it's simply soko. It's simply soko. So if you're saying go to the market, if you're telling someone go to the market, you simply tell them nenda soko or enda soko, enda soko or nenda soko. So for a river, you do say mto. Mto is simply Swahili for river. For a shop, you would say duka. For the forest, you would say msitu. For the village, you would say kijiji. For the city, you would say jiji, because city is the bigger version of village. But that is how you'd say. Rudi nyumbani would be go back home. Or if someone says come home, you would simply just tell them kuja nyumbani, kuja nyumbani. One of the people that have been returning home, which is also the essence of us having these Swahili classes, has been Jarul. Jarul actually went back to Ghana, and was it last weekend? Last weekend, the pictures he was sharing, I think he was sharing this
They
weekend.
didn't help with some kind of school or something.
Yes, he did put together some foundation, and they have set up some classes. They have set up some classes in Ghana, which is actually a good look. I hope they give him citizenship, and they get to give him. They help him really just
He
connect again.
broke.
And
How's he sitting in schools and he broke?
I don't know. I thought he's trying to make a comeback in the music. I thought he had some new songs out, if I'm not mistaken. He had some new songs, and I think an album. He has a project
Is
with the
anybody
musicians.
buying? Is anybody gonna buy that Spikes? Come on. Ain't no comeback after 25 years.
But there was a one time that Ja Rule was trying to organize a concert, and they had a beef with 50 Cent, and 50
Yeah, you
Cent
remember
simply
that?
control
You remember that?
control.
And it flopped. You remember that? And it flopped. Nobody showed up. They sued him. They sued his goofy butt.
This is him having a good time in Ghana. I'm just happy that he's reconnecting, and let me show you what he has been up to, and I hope that he's also learning one African language there.
Ghana, your beloved country is free forever.
Just know that this moment is going to last for many, many years to come, and hopefully thousands of kids will get to benefit from this one moment. So it's very exciting for me and my wife and my whole family. So.
Pencils of Promise, a global education
He's
organization,
still married to that
has been
Chinese
dedicated.
woman.
I think he's married to an African woman. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I think the African woman. Yeah, the Chinese woman left when he had no money.
So they're working with a foundation known as is it
To creating educational opportunities for children around the world. With over 604 school build projects globally and more than 200 projects in Ghana, our impact resonates across continents, impacting the lives of countless students and communities.
I want to say thank you to everybody here for having me. This is an amazing opportunity. I'm very, very honored to be here, happy to be a part of this groundbreaking of this new 6-classroom block school here in Noir. So I'm so happy to be a part of this.
Yeah, that is a bit of what Jarul has been up to in Ghana, and it's a good look. You know, when people also do see a place where they can put in lend a hand and do some work for the people on the continent, and also just reconnect is something positive. And that is why we also do have these Swahili classes, so that in case you want to reconnect, like Jarul is reconnecting with these people from West Africa, you can also have, you know, a place to start with the language, and also thanks to the Black Hot Fire Network, you do not just have a place to start with the language, but also with the resources, you know, on the ground information and other things like that, so that you are able now to make that particular step. I'm not sure when we shall have, maybe Keith will let us know when we shall have the next time that the family gets an opportunity to tour the continent, courtesy of the Black Hot Fire Network, like we have had in the past
I ain't did
5
that.
or so.
I ain't did that in a minute. I did that what 2 years, 3 years now. Shit, that's a lot of that's a lot of work, Spikes. You know,
It takes a lot of money,
a lot of money, a lot of work, and a lot of. Do you really want to deal with goofy Negroes all the time? And if I do it, I wait till when I get the Airbnbs, then I go ahead and do that again. So I got some lodging. It'll be in Kenya. It won't be in Tanzania no more. It'll be right there in Kenya. I got the staff right there can help people. It's an easier transition. And Kenya, like I told you guys, Kenya, it's easy to go to Kenya because Kenya you won't have the same culture shock that you do in all these other countries. Like you have it in the Gambia, you know, you have people getting unalived and stealing your shit all up in Gambia, right? So I'm just saying, you got less of a culture shock in Kenya. So once I get the Airbnb up and running, then I can you know start setting up the trips again.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, because it'll be.
But I know it takes a whole lot of time. I hope Mr. LBN catches the plane this time, because the other time we did have
that shady Negro ain't catching no planes. No, that shady Negro ain't catching no planes. And I was saying that was 3 years ago. That was 2001. The shady nigga, yeah, I get my ticket ready to go. That was the time. Yeah, that was the time when you guys went. Yeah, that's right. That shady Negro knew he wasn't coming.
They knew. He built
yeah, because as soon as he didn't show up, we never heard from that Negro like again in 6 months. He had changed his name to WBC or some shit now. See, you remember the old name LBN. I forgot the new one's like WPN or some crazy shit he got. You retarded ass Negro.
But anyhow, let's go back to the class. Everyone will come up when Kida gets to organize with the Black Hot Fire Network that particular tool. So people can just have, a culture exchange, not just a culture exchange, but beyond the culture exchange, just having people reconnect and build back on the continent.
We'll get Jenna Mosquito come back home to Africa. So not so bad to Ghana with his mama, getting all her shit stolen. In Kenya, you'd be all right. I mean, they'll still steal your shit in Kenya, but we're having a nice hotel, a nice Airbnb that we own and operate. And then you go to, then you can go to the grocery store and work out your broken Swahili on the young ladies. They say, "Get your ass out of here, nigga."
The thing is, with the language, Kenya is preferable because, like you said, the culture shock is not there because we speak in English, and therefore
they speak the English, and they not just the English. A lot of people speak English, but Kenya knows American culture is almost interchangeable.
Mm.
Kenyans speak the same slang, a lot of things, they listen to the same music, know the same ideals. So it's no culture shit. It's a minor culture shock, especially if you're going into Nairobi. It's minor. Nairobi's a city. They got the same kind of slang, lingo, so you can relate. It's not like, oh, you got the plane and do a salami. Like, oh, man, this is some culture shock shit here. But in Kenya, no. So,
You, what has also contributed this is the art and for example the Matatu graffiti culture. You will see a whole lot of Jarul and a whole lot of Ashanti and everyone else. That even actors, the
exactly.
black
Exactly.
actors.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. All on the damn buses out there. The damn culture. Exactly.
mhm.
So you're like, hey man, this is cool as shit.
And
You're like, oh wow, this is cool.
also
So
mm. Also the music playing these buses is just R&B and hip hop music and other
R&B
music
and hip
also.
hop. Yeah. I was from America or Kenya, which is the same thing. It's really there's no difference. Shout out to Danny. Hey Danny, what you saying? Danny's shooting a video today, family. You guys know one of our employees, Danny, is shooting a video. I think it's gonna be tomorrow, but he asked me to do something, but I forgot what you asked me to do, Dan. Shit. I forgot what you told me to do. I forgot. Anyway, he's shooting a video for his video Betty. And that shit's a banger. Dude, that shit is drill. You guys know drill rap, or what you call trap rap. That's in
Yeah.
America, but that shit's a banger. That's just an international hit. I'm like, damn, is this show? I wasn't even sure it was him. It was so damn good. I didn't want to be offensive, but damn, like this show, damn.
You
Shit.
should play it on the network. It should be played on the network so that people also
They
get to
do.
hear.
They do play it on network. They Shimani and them played in the one. Shimani and the new girl played. She, you know the new girl Spikes. She
Yeah, I
got
do know
she,
Iwaton,
she,
the one who speaks like a General Mosquito.
yeah, nah. She sound like a valley girl. She sound like a African American valley girl. Somebody from California, from the
I
white
thought,
part.
I thought the accent was UK or the States. I really couldn't tell which
You
state
get to her
where.
at the state, not the UK, but her nutty ass boy, she nutty as hell. Like,
We all,
so
yeah. You
yeah,
say that you
so
talk about American Dan. Yeah, General Mosquito Akili is talking about Dan and says like that Dan has he's shooting for a video. He's shooting a video
not
for his
Danny
project.
Harrison, not Danny Harrison, Dan Jim Mosquito, Dan who works for him. Not Danny the cat, that's our editor too. He works. You guys, the guys behind the scenes. Joby still ain't gave me the damn video yet. I'm waiting for 3 weeks for the video that we made, showing everybody to the studio and them introducing themselves. And I still ain't got the damn video. It's been 3 or 4 weeks. So so soon as I get that video, you'll know who Dan is.
All right.
Danny's our video editor. So when Spice goes back out and does his man on the streets routine, Danny's gonna be the one editing unless Spikes wants to edit his own shit. It'll be Danny editing Spike's videos, his man on the street routine. So um
So that we shall wait up for the video and I see what project what footage or what video they come up with. It
yeah,
would be interesting.
go to YouTube real quick and say the song is called Betty, Betty.
Sorry, what? Betty?
It's called Betty. Say it's Danny talks Betty, Betty.
Okay, let me see. Danny talks. Let me see. Danny talks.
So it's called Betty. Now I don't speak Swahili, so I don't know why. I don't got no. I don't know why they call it Betty. I guess it's the girl they're trying to get. I don't know. It's all in Swahili, but that shit's jamming. Danny talks Betty, Betty. I don't know what that's why I gotta learn Swahili. I don't know what the hell they say in Spikes.
Let me,
Wait.
if I can find it. Dan Brown. Uh,
Like,
Is it on his channel? Is it on his YouTube channel? Because I'm finding, I'm
yeah,
not finding his channel. I can't find his channel.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. It's on the channel. It's like it's like I don't know the name of the channel. It's Danny Talks. It's Danny Talks. I know the thing is called Betty. Betty.
Then it will be difficult to find it without
I
the
know.
right one.
I write one. I
Yeah,
know exactly.
we'll just leave it for now. We'll have we can have them post it on the website. Someone post it on the website. It's on the files. He's big too. Mosquito, you're saying I was thinking Dan is too old to be doing drill videos. Not Dan, not Dan from the state.
Not
Not
Danny
Dan.
Harrison, guys. Not Danny from the state. Not Danny. He's too old. Yeah, he will be too old. Not Danny Harrison. But Danny Talks, the editor. I don't know the name of the his YouTube channel. Oh,
Joby just
Joby know. Joby
Joby
know.
knows. Joby says it's Danny talks introx. Danny talks introx. Talks Danny talks introx. Danny talks introx. Talks introx. Talks introx. Oh, Betty. I do see the song. It's known as Betty here. Yes, that sounds like the UK drill, and I know General Mosquito from the UK also is acquainted. He's well acquainted with the drill sound. It's jamming. I'll also play it after before leaving the studio, or after I leave the studio, and I see how the whole track is. You say now it's Danny intronics. But family, let's continue with the Swahili class. We were just learning about some of these common or most popular words in Swahili. When you're talking about direction, when you're giving someone direction to a place, it's very important that you understand that you're not leading them to the wrong direction. Or maybe perhaps if you're asking for direction and someone points you to this particular place and tells you this is kushoto. Kushoto simply means left. Kulia simply means right. If someone tells you take a left, that means kushoto. And if someone actually says juu means up. Juu kidogo means up a bit, juu. And for down you simply say chini. For north, the compass directions. For north, it's kaskazini. For south, it's kusini. For east, it's mashariki. For example, if you say East Africa, you normally say masharika, masharika Afriki. Africa Mashariki. Africa Mashariki is East Africa. Africa Mashariki simply means East Africa. For West, you will say Magharibi. That is for West Africa. You say Africa Magharibi, and that is for West Africa. If you're talking about the right, you say Kulia. The right, you say Kulia for the right position, Kulia. If you're talking about left, I did say it's Kushoto, and therefore, if Google Maps don't work and you're trying to ask for directions, then you'd have an idea of up is due, chini is down. And if you do say chini kidogo, simply means kidogo is just a bit or small. So it's kidogo, chini kidogo means down a bit. And when you go into now common verbs translated into Swahili, it's good to just know about a few common verbs that are in the context, that I'll put in the context of a normal conversation. If you're talking about eating food, eating, in Swahili is translated into kula. And therefore, you would say eat food, you would say kula chakula, kula chakula. If you're talking about cooking, cook in Swahili is pika, 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 which is cook. If you're talking about cook food, you would say pika chakula, pika chakula. And if you're talking about sleep, you're going to sleep, you would say lala, Lala, which is for sleep, Lala, which is for sleep. And if someone says nenda kulala, simply means I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. And if you're talking about waking up, the verb wake, it's simply translated into amka, amka. If someone just taps on your shoulder, or taps on your shoulder and says amka, and maybe you're sleeping in the car, then that would be amka. That would be wake up. And if we're talking about stay, if someone wants you to stay, they will say ka, K-A-A, ka, simply means stay. But ka can also mean a charcoal. Ka can also mean charcoal. K-A-A can also mean charcoal. But for the purposes of the verb, it means to stay. If you want someone to leave, you might say ondoka. You would say ondoka. Ondoka, ondoka. And if you want to say leave now, you would say ondoka sasa. Sasa means now. Sasa means now. But in Swahili, in the slang, sheng, sasa also means hello. Someone can say hello to you, and they will simply just say sasa. But sasa in ordinary or in regular Swahili, it means now, now. But if someone says sasa, habari yako, it simply means hello. Someone can just say hello to you, and by simply just saying sasa. Someone might say sasa spikes, that means hello spikes. If someone says sasa kid, it means hello kid. But that is not really that is slang. That is not Swahili. That is a slang. But if you're talking about cleaning the house, cleaning the surface, or cleaning something, you would simply say osha. So if you say clean the house, you'd say osha nyumba. Remember, when talking about places, we said nyumbani is home. Nyumbani simply means home in Swahili. And therefore, if you do say osha nyumba, simply means clean the house. And if you want to say it, walk, let's take a walk. Walk is translated into tembea. If you say walk a little or walk a bit, you would say tembea kidogo. Tembea kidogo would mean to walk, but tembea can also be used in the sense of tour. Like if someone says tembea Africa, they would simply mean visit Africa or tour Africa. Tembea Africa. Tembea might mean tour, or it might mean to walk. So apart from that, we might also go into another common verb, which is understand. In Swahili, someone will say elewa. So if someone says elewa hivi, it means understand this. Elewa hivi kaka, it means understand this, my brother. Or elewa hivi dada, it simply means understand this, my sister. Or elewa hivi mama, it simply means understand this, my mom or my mother. Or if you say elewa hivi mjomba, it simply means understand this, my uncle. And what happens in Swahili is really quite also indirect. Swahili is not really direct. It's really an indirect. The way people have Swahili compositions, it's really indirect. But also you might want to know what talk translates into. If you say speak now, in Swahili, that phrase would be ongea sasa, because ongea means speak. Or you can also say zungumza. But if you say ongea sasa, it means speak now. Or zungumza sasa, it means speak now. Because sasa simply means now, and ongea simply means to speak or to talk. And now we might go into the greetings. And I think I had already shared a bit of these in the last class. Greetings are also called salamu. Greetings are also called maamkizi. And greetings vary according to the age of the people or the relation between the two in context. For example, if it's from a child to an elder woman, it's normally the elder woman who says hello to the child. It's not the child who, in the Swahili culture, it's not the child who simply says hello to the older woman. It's the older woman normally who starts that conversation with the child, and they would say shikamo mwanangu, shikamo, and then that will be responded as marahaba. But for the context of a normal day-to-day normal Swahili conversation, people will simply just say hujambo, which is hello, hujambo, and the respondent will answer sijambo, which is I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good, or I'm fine. Apart from that, we also did learn that you can say habari yako, which is hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? And the way you respond is simply you say nzuri. You simply say nzuri, and that is the way you respond in Swahili. And if someone also asks upo salama, that salama means well. Salama means well, and therefore that would be are you well? Are you okay? Are you good? That would be upo salama, upo salama. And also for questions in Swahili, the intonation of the sound, it changes. It takes a low to high pitch. Upo salama. And also sometimes it's prolonged. Salama. That is how you say upo salama, which is are you good? Are you good? Someone might also ask waambaje. Waambaje. Waambaje simply is asking how are you doing? How are you doing? Or how is it going? How is it going? Waambaje. How are you faring? Actually, it's how are you faring? That is how you do say waambaje. Waambaje. And someone might also say waendelea aje. How is it going? And like I did say also, in slang, in Swahili slang, people can also ask you sasa. And sasa, you respond and say fit sana, or you might say poa, poa. But that is not really ordinary Swahili. Sasa is just a slang. And people might also ask you mambo. If someone says mambo spikes or mambo general mosquito, it simply says they're saying hello to you and you respond and say poa, or you can respond and say fit sana. If someone says, and now this is mostly between the young folk. Normally, Swahili slang greetings between the young folk. That is how people you hear them saying mambo or saying sasa. Or also, someone might also say niaje, niaje. Niaje is also another way in which those greetings are also conducted. Spike, you need a whiteboard to write these down so that we can see. Yes, I will make a point of perhaps organizing for that so that I could just scribble it down and you can see what I'm talking about, because once it's written, I think it sticks more to appeals more to the mind, and so we'll work. Yeah, so sasa is like a slang. Yeah, sasa is hello, or you can say mambo, M-A-B, mambo is
Mambo
also slang.
jumbo.
Mambo is also slang. It's not mambo jumbo, which is for hello.
So
Also can be sasa for hello as well.
shout out to Big Cheese if he's still in here. I got some more free TikTok shit, so I will be making more videos, nigga, about TikTok. I got some more free stuff when I came home. My house kind of thing. Oh yeah, I think I got the poop, but these ain't the poop. I got a cleaning brush, some kind of like lavalier mic. I wish I could send the spikes I got about, and I got some kind of like gimbal. At first they send me a gimbal, which I need this for spikes. I need this gimbal right. This is a gimbal that moves around. It stabilizes. I wish they had this shit in Africa. This is the shit I need for spikes. See, it's a gimbal. See, this is a gimbal.
Yeah, to really just hook the phone on it and just do the recording around, because it
exactly. It just stabilizes everything. Exactly. I need this in Africa for spikes. But they send, but it's some more free shit they send me outside the house. So I will be making my videos, niggas, about my commercials. Hey, buy this gimbal, goddammit. Go there, click the link.
In Africa, they haven't set that up. In Africa, they haven't set up the way you put the ads. I think in Africa it hasn't been set up. So
no, it hasn't been set up. They say Africa doesn't have any money to do it. They say there's no middle class. That's messed up.
Yes, and also manufacturing. We do not have manufacturing in Africa until we have manufacturing. We only have agriculture. So when people,
but I be making a killing in Africa. I got all the people in the studio. And they be making. I be hey, no more shows. You niggas gonna be doing commercials. The dancing and the TikTok challenges and the commercials. That's right. You be dancing with the gimbal. This how the gimbal works. Yeah. That's right.
The only problem is Africa is not focused on manufacturing. We extract and put all these minerals in on ships and ship them to France and ship them to all these other different places where they do the manufacturing. That is why even for companies such as Spotify, it's difficult for them to also try get people paid here because there are no adverts. No, there are no adverts here. There are no companies that are manufacturing not enough, and therefore they are not able to get enough money to pay whomever is putting up content on their platform.
That's
So you
it.
have a
Exactly. Like you making all them streams on Spotify, like saying, but there's no money to pay yet. There's no adverts.
yeah,
There's no adverts. So there's no money.
no money here. So it makes it really tough for people who are doing such content anywhere. But
In fact, the only place that helps is that if you're in South Africa, you probably can get in South Africa. It work for you in South Africa.
South Africa probably is and perhaps Egypt, maybe Egypt and South Africa, because those two
Egypt,
are
yeah,
lot
Egypt.
manufacturing items, and they export them to the rest of Africa. But I wish we did have more manufacturing concerns. It would be
I
that
do too. I do too. God damn it! I have Joby ass making commercial after commercial. Hey, this is a booty scratcher. Click the button. That's right. Like Keith, I got an issue with promoting the booty scratcher. I don't give a damn what you got an issue with. You better promote that booty scratcher.
yeah. We do not have that working on the continent as of yet, but maybe they will move it later when you have enough manufacturing concerns. But family, I think we shall proceed, and as we're getting closer to winding up, the greetings, like I did say, mambo
Kaka, Mambo,
is slang.
Bariako.
Habari yako is also, you do say nzuri or la njema, or you can say salama, whichever you would like to use. Salama, nzuri, njema, they would understand that you're doing well. And there are also other different common courtesy words that I want us to learn as we also move to winding up for today. For common courtesy words, we do say karibu. Karibu is for welcome.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana is you're very much welcome. Karibu sana is you're very much welcome. I expect everybody knows what Jambo is. Jambo is normally used by them tourists when they're coming in. They try to do the Jambo thing. No one is saying Jambo to you on the streets like that. But,
that's right. Yeah, stop sounding like a tourist, General Mosquito. Get with the time. You British Negro. You making yourself set up to get robbed. Jumbo. That's rob this nigga.
When you say Jambo, they'll know you're not from around. Therefore, they will.
That's right.
Rob you. But for common courtesy, you do say karibu. Let me just put it down here. Karibu, Karibu, which is karibu is for welcome. And if someone says karibu sana, that is what it is. For example, if you're starting off the class, we would say karibuni sana or karibu sana kwenye darasa letu la leo, which is you're very much welcome to our class for today. And apart from that, we also do have other common courtesy words, and this is thanks or thank you. When you say thank you, you can say asante, or you can also say shukran. You can say asante, or you can say shukran. If someone has maybe done something right, done something good, and you just want to asante, and they would understand that you're thanking them. And if you say asante sana, sana is for emphasizing. Sana is really just for emphasizing. S-A-N-A, sana is for emphasizing anything. It's a lot or much or a lot. So when you say karibu sana, you are emphasizing much welcome, or you're very welcome. If you say asante sana, you're just emphasizing and saying thank you so much. You're just emphasizing. And if you talk about please, if you're asking for something, or you're pleading, or you're just requesting for something, you would simply say tafadhali. Like I was talking about earlier, for food or maji. Maji is for food. Maji means water. If you say tafadhali nipe maji, it simply means please give me some water. Yeah, tafadhali nipe maji, it means please give me some water. Or tafadhali nipe chakula, it means please give me some food. Or tafadhali nipe this and that, it means that you're requesting, and you're requesting kindly for that. If you want to apologize in Swahili, you simply apologize very, very easy. Pole. You do say, you want to say sorry, you do say pole. And you might also say samahani. Samahani might also be used in place of sorry. Yeah, samahani.
Okay,
Sorry.
What does samahani mean?
Samahani actually means excuse me, but you can also use it for sorry. So you say samahani, sorry, come again, or you may say samahani, rudia tena. So they might be used interchangeably, but samahani simply means excuse me. Excuse. For goodbye, if you're telling someone goodbye, you simply say kwaheri. Once we are done with the show, I will just say kwaheri,
Go ahead.
which means bye, kwaheri, goodbye. And for thanks, I did say it's asante or shukran. And if you're telling people to beware of something, beware of you're warning people to beware of these smoking bones. You might be tell them beware not to
Yeah.
smoke the bone.
please, don't,
Tahadhari,
please,
tahadhari.
please don't smoke human beings' bones. But shout out to the Maury said, shout out to the Maury said, if you're Nigeria, they're gonna scam you. They're gonna give you chicken bones. They ain't gonna give you human bones. They say, is this the bones? You got the bones? And yeah, this the bones. It's gonna be a bunch of chicken bones.
In Nigeria, it's
Yeah,
a whole different.
they said they're gonna scam. They said they're gonna scam me in Nigeria. You don't get the human bones. You're gonna get chicken bones.
It's a whole different. It's a whole different tango. But beware. It's a tahadari. Tahadari. That simply means beware. Something is beware of this and that. And if you're talking about best wishes, you wish someone well, best wishes or best of luck. You just tell them kila laheri, which is a phrase for best of wishes or best of luck. That is how you might wish them well. If you want to just wish them well. And I think for the next week we shall be getting to learn pronouns. Now this is getting into the grammar, the Swahili grammar, but also I will be trying to explain how the sentence structure is for Swahili, and also the difference between a Swahili sentence structure and an English sentence structure. We shall be expounding on that next week, because we shall be doing a bit of an introduction in Swahili grammar. I did say it's different when you're talking about his watch. You do say saa yake, so you realize that in English you start with the pronoun and then go into the subject, which is a watch. But in Swahili it's the other way around. You start with sa, which is the subject, and then his, which is yake, and that there's a bit of a flip with the sentence
Okay.
structure.
So you go to subject. You go to subject and then the pronoun.
Yeah, we go to the subject then the pronoun. You would say saa yake in Swahili, but in English you would say his watch. So you're starting with this pronoun and then going into the subject, which is a watch. But we shall be getting into that next week when we see the sentence structure for Swahili, because there's a bit of a difference. And also we talked about the consonants and the vowels. There's also a bit of a difference with that, which we shall get into learning next week. So in case you want the notes, like I did say, I'll copy paste them and have a Google link, which I will share. If anyone wants, I'll share it on the network website so that you can find it right there on the network website. General Mosquito, thank you for joining us for the classes for today. And I do hope that we shall try share more. I shall share the links are more, so that anyone also gets a hold of the information that we're doing these classes every Sunday, and from there we can build up on people and the engagement. Hopefully, have more people interested in learning Swahili, so that when you come to the continent, for example, General Mosquito coming from Ghana or from the UK, and you're here in Nairobi, you'll be able to just have a smooth sailing with your Swahili, and also
So you will get robbed talking about jumbo. I want you to end up like that guy on Nairobi City Life coming to the city and they robbed him.
Zambo is more like patronizing, and also it's like you say, I don't know what's going on here. It's like them Zoom, the patronizing attitude. Patronize the African, telling them Jambo. No one really does that. But Zero Mosquito and also the part. Thank you so much for being with us for the Swahili classes for today. I'm not sure. Kide, will you be doing a show later on? You doing a show later on?
I'm gonna try, Spike. I'm just getting in. I gotta leave out early, so I'm gonna try, Spike. I'm gonna try. No rest for the weary, damn it. I'm gonna try, Spike.
Okay, I understand that.
You don't. You do, but these bastards don't. And where's my damn donation to Mosquito? I'm gonna donate to you, keep you come back on. I came back on, nigga. Where's the donation? Spikes can't eat empty ugali, nigga. You traitorous bastard. You jumbo to that.
Without General Mosquito's donations, we cannot even smoke some bones.
Some bones. Yeah. Hell, because we don't got his donations, we gotta smoke bones. Got no choice.
But thank you so much, Aki, for this platform, and also for everyone that has joined us on the show. We truly value and appreciate that support, and also the company, and also hopefully that maybe perhaps this year or next year, Kid will organize some tours as well to the continent. That is always a delight for people who have never left, never left their houses or never gone past their corner store. It's always an opportunity.
That's Black America, boy. Never been past that corner store.
It's always an opportunity to just connect to the Black
You talk shit about African people. You ain't even past the corner store. Shut your ass
Anyhow, as we wind up, someone else that might also need a tour is what do you call this attorney? What is the name of this black attorney? I see he's making a bath. He's making a killing. Benjamin Crumb.
Benjamin Crumb. Yeah. I haven't followed. We really followed Benjamin Crumb since you left, Spikes. I don't know what that charlatan Negro up to.
He has signed a deal. He has signed a deal with one of these book publishing companies.
Oh, and, no!
They've given him 7 figures. They have given him a 7-figure deal. They have given him a 7-figure deal to publish some books about an African lawyer. I think it's called memoir. It's called Memoirs of a Moron. That is not the name of the movie. That is not the name of the book.
That's the name of it, Spikes. Memoirs of a Moron. That's the name of it. That's the name of the book, Spikes. What's up? What's up with my brother from Tanzania? What's going on with you, Nubian Pharaoh? How's everything down in Tanzania, brother? Things good? We gotta learn Swahili, man, again.
Nubian Pharaoh. I only see now.
He's about to wrap up. He could have sent you the link. Spice can send you the link, but on his time, he can send you a link.
I could shoot you a link. You can click on this if you have any question regarding some of what you have been talking about and learning. You can you can click on this link if you want to join
click on the link, Nubian Pharaoh. They go the link. Click the link, brother. That's on the link. That's our Tanzanian brother.
All right, that's wonderful. In Tanzania, that is the language that you learn. You learn your chemistry, your geography, your history with in Swahili. So everything. Swahili.
I know. We don't. So we need Spikes to teach us. We don't. Or we get special deals in the market.
That is what happens, and also for I'm calling now less than in 2 minutes. Just click on the link. And try join us as we bounce because we almost coming to the tail end of the show. But
Spike wants to leave and go home. He got endless time, and then nobody's rushing. But Spike's ready to go. Oh yes, Spike. Also, I'm gonna add this on your Friday paper coming in. Start adding this until we get this. Hopefully, I get the Kimbo stuff. I gotta get Irritan an apartment. And, I pay for all these Negroes' apartments, Spikes. It's like Cammy back in the day. I pay for everybody's apartments to be closer to the studio so they don't have to travel. So
I'm calling out. Just click on the link. If you click on the link, I'll just add you to the stream.
Just click on the link. You gotta call. Just snap on. Just click on the link.
If you can copy that, you can just click on that link and just join us. Will be.
Just click on that link. Click on the link, Mr. Pharaoh.
Let us know how it's going in Tanzania. We'd love to know. Love to know how it's going in Tanzania.
Yeah, we want to know how it's going in Tanzania. Exactly. Click on the link. Because like I told you, we was always going to Tanzania. This was the gentleman right here that was doing the trip. This young man right here. So, like I told you, he was always in Tanzania. So click on the link. We're waiting on you, Mr. Pharaoh. And knowledgeable. I'm surprised how knowledgeable the brother is. But we need brothers like this in Africa. They're far and few between. Like, oh man, what's happening? People smoking bones. What? Smoking bones? Why are you doing that?
That's Sierra Leone.
I know life is hard, but let's not be smoking no bones, please.
In Tanzania, nobody's smoking bones in Tanzania. Tanzanians have the land mass is huge. The country, the land it's huge. Tanzania is quite huge, and also for
Yeah.
the arable land, you do find that most of the land is productive for
But what about
farming.
they? Yeah, they should have great agriculture just like Uganda. I know when Demore was in Uganda, he was talking about how good the food is in Uganda about the agriculture. Mike said their fish stink though. Mike said they had big fish and it was stink and it wasn't that good. It's a big tilapia. He ate. But you got
Fish, the fish in Uganda. But the best thing about Uganda is that that is their staple. One of the staple foods. They do
Matoki.
have they do have matoke, but they also have fish because they have the Lake Victoria. So you'll
Yeah.
find fish quite cheaply. You won't have to go far to find.
Demore said he don't like matoki. I don't like eating bananas every day. I mean neither. I don't mind. I don't eat bananas either every day.
Matoke is nice. Matoke is nice. Matoke, I
Is
like
it nice?
matoke.
Is it
Yeah, it
nice
is.
dish, Spike?
It is. That's a good dish. And
Okay. Let's say ugali or matoki, Spikes.
if you have
Matoki.
matoke with a bit with some matoke with some beef, it's nice than ugali, because ugali is just maize flour and it's just plain like that. But that
Exactly. Thank you,
that
Spike. Thank
is
you,
that.
Spike. Don't give me
But
Spikes is gonna get his ass beat now being a Black Hat Five. They're gonna beat him up. I said the same thing Spike said, and that was like a bum rush against me. I said, man, I eat it. It's just plain. There's no taste to it, man. It's just
but if you're talking about the plantain,
the
the
plantain.
yeah, it has that taste to it. So, but then again, if you overdo it, the more if you overdo it, then you will also get bored. If you also eat a
Of
lot
course,
of
of course, of course, of course, of course, of course.
to use as a streamer with audio only. Hi, Nubian Farah, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing, brother, man?
I'm doing
Uh,
wonderful. How is Tanzania?
Now everything's good. Everything's. I don't want to take a lot of your time because I know you have to
Yeah,
leave.
I understand.
First, how you
It's
doing to my
good.
other brother? How you do my other brother right there?
With
Chief.
me, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. How about you? I'm good.
Now everything's good. I can't complain. Everything's fine. Yeah, I'm good too.
All right. All right. But
All right.
that's what that's what's up. Yeah, I'll be back on later tonight, but when I come on, you most likely you'll be asleep. You'll be asleep by the time I make it back on tonight. Um,
I just
family, like I said, I'll go ahead.
I just have a one question I want to ask to
Take your time.
brother
Go
here.
ahead.
I came late,
Go
but
ahead.
and
We're not
apologies.
going nowhere. Go ahead. Take your time. We're not going nowhere. Go ahead. Stop acting like you're rushing. Go ahead. Take your time.
So my question, this brother, let me just ask
I'll have I'll have Spike sleep in the studio. He's got food in there. He can leave tomorrow.
no.
He's
A whole lot
got
of
Netflix. He's
there's
got
a whole lot of
Netflix right there. Huh?
there's a whole lot of ugali. There's a whole lot of ugali
Yeah,
everywhere.
it's ugali. There's food everywhere up in there, Spike. You got TV. Just all you gotta do is grab out one of the blankets and leave out in the morning. Go.
Let the brother go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna, cause I do a lot of research, and
Mm.
I was just thinking to myself because, just I think a recent year I've seen that they want to spread the Swahili across the
Mm.
continent, like every country in Africa, they should just
Mm.
use the Swahili. Uh,
I think so.
ev- from
Yes.
what I saw, but in my opinion, right? In my opinion, based on my research, I think it's shooting, and I'll tell you why.
Why
Even though
not?
from Tanzania, okay, I'll tell you why now. You see, for
Okay.
example, the word Swahili itself is not an African
Mm.
word.
Mm.
Swahili.
It is.
You
Swahili
see,
still can. Yeah, it's an old look, Pharaoh. Look, like you said, look, it's actually old. Everybody comes from because in the Arabic language is new. Swahili goes back at least 5 to 7,000 years. Arabic is new. That's a new language. So Swahili is an ancient African Bantu language. It is. It has mixture of Swahili. I mean, of Arabic um, language with it now, but it is truly an African religion, African language. Excuse me. Go ahead.
okay, I'm gonna tell you why, my brother, right? I speak almost
Okay.
five African languages: Zulu, Osa, which is called South Africa,
They're not.
like
They're not big enough.
Espanol. Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you. Okay, it's just my opinion based on my research, right? You
Okay.
see,
Go
for
ahead.
example, Swahili, right? In Swahili, I can agree on the points like Swahili can be the oldest language, but now, for example, if you take, for example,
I'm.
the
I'm not
word
saying it's the oldest.
Swahili,
I'm. I'm saying it's older than the Arabic language. I know when the Arabic language was created, it's only 1,500 years old when it was created. It was created by the Africans because the white Arabs were actually illiterate. They didn't have any language. So the Africans put it down in northern, what you call Aswan region, or what they call Egypt today with Kemet. They wrote that language out for the backward ass illiterate white Arab, but still an African language because they didn't have a language. They couldn't read or write. But go ahead, you got it.
Okay. Okay, look. You know why I say this, brother, right? For example, if you want to say thanks in Swahili, brother, how you say thanks in Swahili?
You say asante or shukran.
Okay, so you see, like shukran. Shukran is Arab word. You can Google that.
But look, but look what I'm saying. The Arabic language was created by Africans anyway. So fuck them. It doesn't make a difference. They didn't have any language. They could. That's why you hear when they always go back to Muhammad, who couldn't read. None of them could read or write. They didn't have any language. They didn't have any written language came from them. The Africans still wrote what you call Arabic. Arabic is an African language, not an Arab. It's not what they at that time. That was still Northeast Africa. So it's not even though the white people have now taken it over, the white Arabs, it still was created by the black African because the white Arab had no language.
Okay,
he didn't read or write.
I get you, brother, but let me debate on from this point, right? You've been in Tanzania, right? And my brother, right, you know how Mombasa people dress sometimes. You see? It's more, how the dress is more like Arabs.
Like Arabs, okay, I got that.
You see what I'm saying?
But I got that. But hold on. Understand that kind of dress didn't really come from the Arabs. The original. Do me a favor, like while we're talking, do me if we could say the original Arabs from the images of the original Arabs, the black people. They're not what you see today. Remember, they always come into us. They always invade us and assume our culture. So us taking it back, we should not be ashamed to take back what a real Arab is. Arabic was a culture, not a race of people. They took it and tried to make them a race of people. It was just an African culture. So the original Arabs are all black. These white people you see, just like the fake Jew you see, those are fake. They're imposters. We were invaded and they assume our identity. So even though those languages are now fused, they're still African. And you're right. And I see what you're saying about the dress. That was only because of being in the desert of African dresses. Those are the original Arabs, the African. Those are Arabs, not the white man you see. Those are still because in northern Africa, during the Sahel region, that was the dress. They just adopted the dress. It's still African. So that's what I'm saying. Even though you're talking about it's still African. It all comes from African culture. Now they, of course, adopted it and now dominate it, but it's not theirs. It never was theirs. That culture and that language is yours and it's ours. So that and that's how you know it's the language of that region. It's the biggest language in Africa. So I think you should start from the biggest first. And who cares? Because even the white people's language is all mixed up with, like, we know that French and English comes out of German, Spanish. These are all Germanic languages because they were one Germanic people. You know, you got English, German, Dutch. Dutch comes out of German, the German language. French, what do you call that shit? French comes out of German. English comes out of German. That's okay, but it's still our language. See, when you have a white person try to take Arabic from you, you got to hit them with history. A lot of us don't know history. That language is ours. We created that. There was no damn Arabic language. We created for the religion because they were making up that fake religion. They had no language. That's why their prophet was illiterate. They all were illiterate. All of them were illiterate. They couldn't read or write.
The prophet, you say the prophet was not reading books when he was riding the donkey.
Exactly. Exactly. Go ahead, Nubi.
Okay. I'm convinced, it's just my opinion based on my research, right? Swahili is African language, but it's a lot of I will just read the comments there. Swahili, right, is African language, but there's a lot of elements of because look, brother, if you can compare Swahili they speak in Nairobi and so they speak in Mombasa, it's two different.
Different. Yes,
Mombasa, it has a lot of Arabic influence, even the way how they behave. All people from Zanzibar,
It
You see, they
does. It
see
does.
themselves as, if we could speak the same language, but they see themselves more tradition like Arabs people.
Yeah, because that came in with the religion. Remember, so we conflating the language with the religion. The Swahili language is older than the religion. So we gotta
So so
make
so
we
what I'm
got
saying
to
is, can I
go ahead.
finish up? Sorry, what I'm saying is
Of course, take
Swahili,
your
right,
time.
is African language, right? But there is a
Yes,
lot of things have to be decolonized from that language.
I
For
agree. But
example, I
okay,
can
go
give
ahead.
vivid example. Okay, for example, when you say marhaba, that's not African language. That's Arabic word. You can even
I'm
Google
not.
right now. Look
I
it
know.
up.
I'm not.
Marhaba.
Look. But look.
So
I'm not
so
disagreeing with you because I'm saying
yeah.
because of the cultures that intertwined because of the slave trade from those people that didn't speak and didn't have any language. That the Africans gave them a language, and because of the intermixture of the slave trade having Arabic and Swahili. Because look, when you're trying to learn each other's language, you're going to have cross pollination of said language. That's just the meaning of different civilizations. You're gonna have cross pollination of language. Like I can have Spikes and look up a bunch of English words. It's all German. It comes from German, or the Dutch is German, or the French German. So when civilizations cross, of course, it's going to be cross pollination or cross shared words that become dominant in both languages. I get that, but that also is the religion. I do think we need to take Swahili back as a culture. I agree with you there. We shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't have an African being a Muslim. See, being an Arab, a white Arab. But then if I go back, the Arab culture is African still, even though they've now dominated. But that culture is that came from African people. That's still those are still your ancestors that created that culture. I know white people got it now. I agree. The white Arab got control of it. I agree with that. I see, right, Pharaoh. But should we throw the baby out with the bathwater? Because it's Swahili is an established language, and since it's the biggest one, and just like Spike said, it's easy to learn. I think Africans have got to have at least one language. If that's not going to be your first language, that should be the secondary language in a country. We got to start from somewhere. We can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Fair. I'm just saying that. I understand that a lot of Africans have been colonized culturally through the white era. That's okay. Because as the
oh,
language grows, go ahead.
okay, I want to say something. I'm not saying Africa should not have a one language, but since this language want to spread across the Africa, we have to look. You have to look into it. You see, for example, uh, like I said, I give vivid example. When you say only the word Swahili is not like that word of Swahili is not an African word. Is because you can even Google it up. They say Swahili is a Arabic word. You see
But
what I'm
there is
saying?
no,
So
but
the
there's no
language,
Arabic word because there is no Arabic
let
word
me finish
because
up.
African. Let me finish because
Can I
Arabic is
can I make
African.
my point? Sorry.
Yes, of
I want
course
to
you
make my
can.
point.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go
Sorry.
ahead.
So
Go ahead.
Swahili itself, it has a combination of a lot of Bantu language, but about 20%, there's a lot of Arabic words, you know? And for example, me, I didn't know all of this until when I started to learn other language like Zulu, Osa, and then I realized Swahili is a bigger language, but it has a lot of things has to be removed from the language.
But
Because
if you talking about the house,
sometimes,
okay, okay. But if you talking about the Hausa language, those are completely Muslim morons. How we gonna introduce the Hausas who completely identify as Islamic and they are butt kisses to the white Arab? We can't use that language. That's completely gone to the damn white man. The damn houses, and the Falanis. They'll cut your throat for a white Arab. So we can't use that. And Zulu is just not a big enough language. I get you, Zulu's African. It's just not big enough. It's only in South Africa. It's not a big
but in
enough
my
language. Go ahead.
brother, look, in my opinion, right? I don't know, but in my
You got to write
opinion,
your opinion. Go ahead. You
yeah,
got to write your opinion.
Swahili, brother, I don't want to take your time. If you have to stop, then I have to
There's
stop.
no
No problem.
there's no time. Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead. We want to see. Go ahead.
No
Stop worrying
problem.
about
Go
the
on.
So
time.
Go on.
as much as Swahili is bigger, but if you compare, for example, like Swahili, because look, brother, no, let's come to the point. Look, if you can look the country like Tanzania and Kenya, you see, people who speak like the coast, Swahili people are around the coast, along the coast, like Dar es Salaam, Mombasa, Kenya, along the coast.
Do a salam.
Right.
Yeah.
Because during the colonial time, the Arabs was practicing. They were
That's why they
practicing
slave trade.
slave trade. You see, so now they kind of spread their elements right there. So even the people, like when you go to Tanzania, the Islam, they kind of behave, not all, but some of them, they kind of behave like them.
They do. They do. I said that. What you saying,
You
Phil?
been
I said that
Tanzania?
3 years ago. I said that 3 years
You
ago.
been
I couldn't even get. I was in Tanzania, right? I couldn't even get housing for Spikes, for the Mainstream and Cammy because they were African. In Dar es Salaam, they didn't want Africans in the residence. In Dar es Salaam. So I
You
agree
see
with.
what
I know what you're saying. Yes. I'm like, what? I do agree with that.
I want to make more points. So Dar es Salaam is similar to Mombasa. Same thing, almost the
Yes.
same.
It's the
Correct.
same
You see what I'm
culture.
saying?
It was the same empire. That's the Swahili empire. So they were before you had Kenya and Tanzania. There was no countries. Then that Dar es Salaam wasn't even really a city yet, but that area was attached to Mombasa. You're correct. All the way to Zanzibar. That was the Swahili kingdom. So you're correct.
The sultans rolled it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
go on,
my,
Nubian. You say so. Yeah. Go on.
so my point is, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I know Zulu is a small language as much as I speak all this language, but in my opinion, is not so diluted. Like, it's not so, you know,
I
have a lot
agree.
of external
Do you
influence
speak
compared
Zulu?
to Swahili.
You don't speak Zulu too? Phil?
Zulu,
You don't speak?
Xhosa, all they don't have a lot of external influence like Arabic and like all the languages pure Africans. But if
I
you
don't.
can look at Swahili, as much as bigger, but it has a lot of Arabic. That's why you find a lot of people in the coastal Africa, like Mombasa, that they see themselves not all just because of the colonial and
That's true.
slave trade.
That's true.
So now,
That's
if
true.
we
But
can
can't
sort of
but can't
so
but can't we take it back? Is it gonna be too hard to teach everybody Zulu? God damn it!
It won't be, it won't be. We do not have time to.
what I'm saying is, look, what I'm saying is,
Go
people
ahead.
should not like leave Swahili, but there's a lot of things have to be. For example, the word is we cannot spread the language across the continents. The word of the language is Arabic word. That don't make sense to me, brother. It don't make no
I
sense
got
to me because now,
but look, the Arabic that you're talking about was created by Africans. There's still we. How about we take it back because they took it from us. Okay, it's about domination, but that language didn't come from these white people. They came from the black Arabs. The original Arabs are black people. So first, let's get this in our head. The original Arabs are Africans. Okay, let me first get that. That language comes out of them, not the white people who those Turks and Mongolian mixed breeds who came down into Northeast Africa and took it over and then assimilated into the culture and the language. It doesn't come from them. It still comes from African people. So I'm just saying, it's a bigger language. Can't we just take it back? Can't we just do like they did? Can't we like project power for once? Can we project power and say, listen
no,
here?
we don't have to
Go ahead.
take it back, but we have to decolonize some things. Like
Okay,
there's
I
a lot
agree
of
with
things
that.
it has to be
That
I
changed
agree.
before it's spread out. Before it's spread out. Because at the end of the day, once you start to learn language and then get to the kid's mind, and they're gonna start to see every word they speak is almost similar to the Arab. And now when they meet up with that person who speak that better Arab, they're gonna see themselves inferior. Like
But
look at
for me, I
Mombasa.
would say that the influence of us, so the Arab on Swahili is there, but it's not that big to get to a level where now the wiring of the mind is now
Yeah.
changing
I see.
changing the African from an African mindset to an Arabian mindset. I do not see that influence being that huge. So for you, you've said you've learned Zulu and other different languages. So what would be
Yeah, I
your
speak
solution?
fluently,
What
yes.
would be your solution? What would be your
You
In my
solution
speak
to this?
opinion,
You speak.
in
Oh,
my
wait, fair. You speak frequent Zulu now?
yeah, I
God
speak, brother.
damn.
Yeah, I speak, man.
What?
I live in South Africa for I think at least 12 or 13, almost 15 years.
Wow. So
Okay.
what? How did you end up leaving South Africa and going back to Tanzania? Did the xenophobia get you?
No, it's a beautiful country, man.
It
Outside of
is. I love
everything,
it. I love it.
Yeah,
I love the country. I love it.
I did everything right there. You know, I got a lot of my friends, and it's a beautiful place,
Okay.
man. You know,
It
sometimes
is.
don't
I
let
love
the
it.
yeah, don't let the media, sometimes media that portray negative.
Yeah,
But
the
it's a
Yeah.
beautiful
negativity.
place, and there's a wonderful people. And I'll say this: I know people talk about but they're very open. In my opinion, I can be wrong, but in the
They,
continent,
they
I
love me.
feel I could be wrong. South African people, they're more exposed to they understand what's going on in the West.
But
I
because
could be
they
wrong.
exposed to the white, they are because they exposed to the white people. Then, so they, of course, I've been said that. You're right. I've been said beside the Africans in America, the South African are the next who know what's going on with these white people. Of course,
I
because they're
agree.
exposed to them. Yeah, I agree with you.
I agree, man. The rest of the continent, as much as I'm not even from there, but I keep hearing they
Yeah,
understand like what, but because they stay with them, they stay with those people, you know. So that's what's
exactly.
up.
They know how
Yeah,
rotten and fucked up they are. Exactly. They know.
yeah.
Sister Michelle, Sister Michelle is joining us. You're saying good afternoon, good afternoon to you too. And also Jibajaba, you're saying hi family, hi to you too. Jibajaba has a question. You're asking the Mandarin language took over China versus thousands of Atan clans, correct?
It did.
The
It did that.
yeah, the
Yeah, that is correct. That's exactly right. Because China didn't have one like you still got part of the Cantonese there, but the dominant language is Mandarin. When you go to the southern part of China, it's Cantonese. But they but the Mandarin speaker, which came from the Qi dynasty, forced that language on all the Chinese clans. This is your language now. It's dominant. That's how Swahili got. We got to be dominant with that shit. This your language
I,
now. This is it.
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm sorry. I apologize. I
Go,
don't know. I
go,
could be
Barry, go
wrong.
ahead.
But before this,
No,
because look,
there's no right or wrong. It's a debate, girl. There's no
yeah, it's a
right or
debate.
wrong. We just debating it.
I didn't know this until when I started learning Zulu, and then I realized, oh, wait. Yeah, because once you learn something you don't know,
Yeah.
and that's how I started to get deep because I also speak like a basic Arab, just a little basic Arabs,
Okay.
because I told you, brother, when I was young, my dad used to send me to the Arabic school, madrasa,
Cool.
forced me go and learn,
Yeah.
so I learned through that. You see, so
Yeah.
Swahili is African language, but I think they have to change that word of the language.
I
Swahili.
agree. I
That's my
agree. I don't know the original.
that's
I
that.
don't know the original. I don't know the original name for it. What was the original? What was the original name for Swahili? What was the original name
You know,
of the
let me
I,
language?
I,
give
I'm
me a second to plug to
Yeah.
look for some plug here.
you
Good.
see the problem is, right? You see the problem
Good.
is, I'm gonna give example. If you can look, for example, a lot of places like we used to have our own names. Now they let the
I
Arabs.
know.
Are you there? Can you hear
Name
me?
them. Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
They just let
He went to go do something. He went to use the bathroom or
yeah,
something. I'm here.
they just let these Arabs and other colonizer come and change the name of the
Change our
place. For
name, change
example,
everything. That's right.
I
They
can
did.
give
But see, but
I
like,
can
is that the response of the African man who did that? Because we can't blame the women. It was the
the
African man so weak that we allowed other people to come in and dominate and change the name, African names, which is right today. You're right. That has not been changed back to African name. I agree with
effect.
you there.
And they scare even to I don't know what they scare or they fear or whatever. They can't even
I know.
change. They cannot even restore the old name. For example, I'm gonna give example, the vivid example.
Queen
The
Victoria
word
Lake.
the word the word Dar es Salaam. That's not African words.
It's
Like how
not.
can you give how,
I know it's Arab. I know. And remember, because
how
Dar es Salaam is not. You're right. Dar es Salaam is not an ancient city. It is a new city.
yeah,
What does it mean? The city of peace, or something like that. City of
yeah.
brotherly peace. Something.
Can I make my point? Let me make my point. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, take your time. Go ahead. Take your
Sometimes
time.
you, and it's gonna be ridiculous. Just go there sometime and ask them, hey, what the meaning of Dar es Salaam? They're gonna tell you, Dar es Salaam is the word of peace. The Arab men came here, and I'm just look at them like, yo, you crazy, man. Why? Listen, they're proud of it. They're proud of it because they have that, So this is my thing. This is my thing. Like, how could you have this big city and you are given name, and they had a name, they had an African name. It's called Mzizima, means the city of Haiti. Haiti people. Now, the Arab men came and they changed to Dar es Salaam. That's Arabic words. But
That's
now,
true.
why they're not changing? Why they're not changing it?
The
You know?
Papa leaders
Because
are told not, yeah,
And
the
I,
puppets will not.
I've
Exactly
been
right.
raising my
Spike.
voice. I've been raising my voice, but it's so ridiculous. People gonna be proud of this. Oh, you know, no. These, that's like, man, these people like, come on, man.
But you
You see
got,
what I'm saying?
Phil, you know that we dealing with English. You know, most of the Africans are not as knowledgeable as you. You know that. And we got to be sometimes. You know they're not. You know we're dealing with a lot of ignorance, and you know, so we got to go slow. We just do. We take what we can. We can't, because
I,
they kill us. They kill our ass.
brother,
Try to-
brother, I'll
yeah,
tell you this. You know, is as much as it sound ridiculous in a lot of African country. I don't know. I'm sure in Kenya. When you go to if you go to, let's say, get a passport size, or you go to the government office, they ask
Yeah.
you, oh, they just, okay, I'll keep it like this. They treat people with a rasta or a lot of hairs as a second
Yeah.
class people. They look like
yeah. Oh,
people
yeah.
proud.
Any kind of
And that,
African attire or African look, they treat you like shit in Africa. Yeah, we
yeah, they
know. I
treat you like
know.
shit. And,
Yes,
you know,
that's
and that don't
that's a
sit well with me.
colonized mind.
That's a call. I was raising my voice because I got some my main organization right there. So we always
Yeah.
some little matching. It's like, oh, I'm gonna share with you sometime. You're gonna see. You see,
Yeah,
because
kindly do.
it don't
We'd
make
love to
sense to
see.
me.
Yeah.
And,
We'd love to see
and,
the
and
outcome.
I've been telling people these laws. If you want to work in a government official, or you want to go and make, let's say, passport, you must cut
The
your hair.
anti-African. The
That,
anti-African.
that's not Africa, because now that you were told by the colonizer to cut your
Exactly.
hair because your hair doesn't look good. But you need to have a
Yeah.
kink hair. You must be proud of your hair as Africa.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
if you can look,
It's anti-African.
brother.
If you look, the thing that you're exactly right, Phil, what hurt me when I started learning about Africa, I said to African, to be African is anti-African. I was like, what? I can't be African and African? No, nigga, you can't. I'm like, what? Then and you like his mind is so colonized. That's why you still got people in Tanzania and Kenya wearing them goofy wigs as judges and shit. in Kenya and Ghana, Nigeria, then they fight you to wear the white men's wigs in Zanzibar, in Zimbabwe. Everybody got them goofy white men wigs on their head. How's that professional? And I came with my own African hair. It's crazy.
The system was the system was just lifted the way it is from the British, and just imposed in Kenya. If you're using this legal system, it's just even the books and how the law is interpreted. It was just taken there and just superimposed from the UK to
Exactly.
Nairobi, which is crazy. Danny, you asking? By the way, has anyone watched a new movie called Alex Garland? Sorry, did anyone see that new movie by Alex Garland called Civil War? Now that's some predictive programming for you, and you're saying it's about Civil War.
Is that the new one that's out? That's new Obama and that movie. That's the new. Yeah, that's the second Obama movie. I ain't seen it yet. Was it on Netflix or something? Is it out on Netflix already?
That's Danny.
Yeah.
It's called.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, they thought you was Joe Mosquito thought you was doing drill rap. He said you too old. You too old, nigga, to be trying to do rapping.
That was another Danny from Nairobi. That was another Danny.
No.
Which Danny you're talking about? And I was just wondering whether it is Danny. But family, we shall pick up this particular conversation because time is well. We shall pick up this conversation. Nubi and Farah, we would love to see that grassroots work that you're saying that you're doing with your organization, and also how.
Make sure you put us down. We know we like to help you in any way we can.
Proud, man. So
yeah,
like I say, man, the last words before this language was spread across the country. Research.
I don't know. Zulu's too small of a language, though. I don't know, and I've been in South Africa a bunch of. I don't know no damn Zulu.
What I'm saying is that look, brother, look. Swahili. It has to be, because look, man, if you speak Swahili, then it's easy for you to understand Zulu, because it's the same.
It's a Bantu
language.
Swahili must be decolonized before it's spread.
So I agree with you. I agree. So let's work on decolonizing it, and then let's not throw it out. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. The Zulu is just not a big enough language. It's too small. It's not big enough. Swahili, at least we got a starting frame of over 100 million Africans already. Let's start there. Let's not try to rebuild the car. Shit, let's get in the car and just change the gas. If the gas is bad,
Nubian brother.
No problem, man. I just want my last point, but it's okay. But I was
Go
saying,
ahead.
like, you see,
Go
the
ahead.
problem is, bro. Just please, me. Just the problem is, right? My
Yeah, that's
opinion
what I know. Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to ask him, Joe Mosquito. How long did it take you to learn Zulu, Pharaoh?
is, I think it has okay. It has nothing to do with time. It's about commitment. You
Okay.
can learn in 1 month, 2 months. It
That's your
depends, like how you. For example, there's a lot of people that
One,
when because
one month, you smart as hell. I don't know if you can learn the whole language in 1 month. God damn.
when I went there, I had a lot of
Yeah.
other people who were not from there. But me,
Yeah, of
what I
course.
did when people talk to me English or other language, I say no. This is Zulu. Skulume man, born. So let's speak Zulu.
Damn, he sounds just like they ass. He said, I
So
don't
when
hear
I
no accent. I don't hear no accent from you, damn Steven Biko. You sound just like they ass. You sound just like them. Shit.
Yeah, so
Good.
I don't know, man. But in my opinion, I think before we spread this language, it must be
See,
colonized.
that's
So
how
it
Pharaoh
must
got away with the xenophobia. His Zulu was too damn good. They didn't even know this crafty Negro was from Tanzania. They thought he was Zulu. That's how he got away.
no, but look, let me tell you something, brother.
Good,
Look,
good.
South Africa is not like how people portray. It's a beautiful place. Like in my opinion, when you go to a certain place, try to adapt to the
The
native.
culture.
But
Yes,
sometimes
adopted the
people,
people.
okay. Let me ask you something, brother. If somebody come, let's say, I see every day, people are complaining. People come, they don't want to adapt to the African American culture. They want to separate themselves. And then when you have a problem,
We get
now
mad.
you
We
have
get
to
mad.
you want to
Exactly.
do
You
this.
exactly. I'm glad. Phil, I got to Phil. I got to have you on at night. You got to stay up at night one time. I need you to have this conversation. What Phil said is so. Phil said is so true right now, and y'all know that the African American has a problem with the African coming from the continent separating themselves from us. Now
Yeah,
let's get real. What he just said is real. And y'all
I
know
agree, brother.
that's been a thing of discussion on YouTube, on TikTok, everywhere. How the African bring his ass to America and separate himself from the African American, act like he's not part of the same people, and then it causes hostility. So what Pharaoh said is correct. It causes that hostility between the
Yeah,
community. Go ahead.
yeah. And the problem is people want to come, let's say I'm just saying, give example, because I know how I can adapt quick. Somebody come, let's say, like look, for example,
The Nigerians,
sometimes, yeah, I'm just saying, you go to a new place,
the Nigerians coming to South Africa. Tell it, Pharaoh. Don't be shy.
you
Tell
know,
it.
they can spot them. Let me tell you, man, they can spot them very quickly. You see what I'm saying? Because first you have to respect people's culture. Understand, like,
You
okay,
true.
why it is what it is.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
true.
Yeah, but people don't want to do that. They want to separate themselves. They look down on other people like, oh, our culture is better. Like, no,
Yes.
if your culture is better,
Yes.
why you here? Why you don't
Well,
make it
yeah,
your own thing? Why
exactly.
you here,
That's.
bro?
I
I
want
I
you,
didn't get
man.
it. I
Pharaoh, we
didn't.
gotta sit you up on the show because this what the African American is mad about the African. How the hell you talking about you better than us, nigga? You brought your you brought your ass to America. You would have stayed your ass in Nigeria, motherfucker, or Ghana, or Kenya. Fuck wrong
That
with
is,
you.
that is not
Good,
the whole
good,
Cameroonian.
Spikes. Good,
Was a
Spikes.
Cameroon.
I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Just go on,
I
Nubian.
didn't do
Go on.
that.
Yeah.
I arrive over there. I make my friends from there. I say, man, teach me how you do this, man. Which one is wrong? Which one should not do? They say, man, why you want to learn this, man? Speak English. I say, no. Teach me. They start to teach me. And the people were
Yeah.
excited, like, how come walk around? I met a lot of friends. There was a time they said, man, come with us. Go to the village and go with them.
Yeah, because they appreciate you then because you show them respect for the culture, respect for them as a human being. That's how African people supposed to. But you're right. We've been completely different. What you just said, and what you saying is it's what's going on right now in America. But go ahead, Spike. What you about to say about a comedian? What you about to say?
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, when people say like South African xenophobia, I personally don't agree with it. It just
All
could be
right.
maybe
I don't think we're
certain people
xenophobic
do
either
it.
as people because look, you got everybody living in Kenya. Every other African lives in Kenya too. You got the Zambians, you got the Zimbabweans, you got the goddamn Tanzanian. You got the Ugandans, you got the Rwandans, you got the Congolese, you even got the Central African Republican Negroes over there. You got the damn Somalis, and the Kenyans don't never really get crazy. Kenyans don't say, "Hey, you other niggas, get out of here."
The thing with seeing those differences and trying to separate as a smaller group, like Nubian Pharaoh is the same. We hope that Nubian will also join us on another subsequent show and just tell the truth.
I'm gonna have to get him late at night. Nubian, go to the website, man, and leave your information. Go to blackoutfirenetwork.com or download our app at the Google Play Store, Black Out Fire Network.
No problem.
On the Google Play Store. Then go to show page and leave me your information. I got to have you up early in the morning on a show saying this very thing so they understand. This is the division we got in the diaspora. We call them diaspora wars. When the Africans come up to America and they're doing exactly what you're saying, and the African Americans getting pissed off. Hey, what's wrong with you goddamn Africans? What's wrong with you separate your damn selves? Are you insane? Hell wrong with you damn bastards. And then they side with the white man, and then when the white man smack them in the mouth, they want to come back to us. Yeah, we didn't understand the white man was that racist. Nah, you can't come back over here now. So you right. That's the problem we have. And see, so Pharaoh was smarter. He assimilated into the culture and respected it, and that allowed him to be friends because we really are at the end of the day, it's all African culture. It just differences on that culture. So when we look at stuff as the opposite, that causes the problem. And I agree with that's probably what's going on, Pharaoh, in South Africa. I agree because when I went to South Africa, I got nothing but love. They love my ass. They say, hey, nigga, you get out of here and go back home. You're taking our jobs.
What was the name of this other lady that went to South Africa and because of this LGBTQ she was
what was the name? I forgot the name. I used to be a part of my show. I ain't seen her in years, like 3 years. I would never remember that name. Thanks much. Those a mantra. Everything. She went from. I tried to tell her about the homosexual community in South Africa when she was leaving Los Angeles. I said, "Be careful now. You got a big homosexual. You're going to that festival in South Africa. A lot of homosexuals over there. They're gonna be trying to touch you. They ain't gonna try to touch me." And she said, "Remember, she was going to South Africa and then Tanzania, right? I'm gonna spend a weekend, 2 weeks in South Africa and 2 weeks in Tanzania. One in Dar es Salaam and one in Zanzibar." I said, "Hey, but you better watch out in South Africa when you go to festival. There'll be a lot of homosexuals and they're gonna try to touch you." I ain't gonna try to touch me. First she said when she got back, "Man, them South African fruits tried to touch my titties. Them women, I had to punch somebody in the face." He said, remember she said, "Oh, but I had to fall over in Tanzania and Zanzibar. But man, South Africa, man, they gonna have to get that homosexual thing together."
So, family, we wind up at Zibazaba. We wind up.
What's up, family?
Much love to everybody.
Time, man. Thanks so
and
much.
Also, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what's the caller? Oh, ask him. Ask him. He about to leave. Hey, Pharaoh, they ask you, what's your initial impression of Black Americans, Africans over in America?
They're good. You can see I have a lot of influence over Black America, because I'm open to learning,
Yeah, you're a little smarter than everybody.
Sometimes that's why sometimes I kind of feel like disheartened when I watch some people. Sometimes, they make this negative.
Destroys the image. Yeah, destroys the image.
They're trying to group the whole Africa and say maybe African people hate us and stuff, and it kind of breaks my heart because me as growing up, I used to watch a lot of Malcolm X debates. You know what I'm saying? And brother,
but see, you watch Malcolm X. Most black people look at them bad movies about African Americans talking, shooting and using drugs and talking crazy. Hey, nigga, I got shoot the drug. Yeah, all these African Americans are all drug dealers and crazy. Like what? That's a fake movie.
Go on.
I think, in my opinion, people must just deal with the individualism. Like you can't just say, "Oh, people from Kenya are like this."
I know, but you too smart of an African, but most Africans are not as smart as you, Pharaoh. They're just honest. Let's be honest. Most of them believe what they see. They just do. They believe the images they see on TV. They see all African Americans as drug dealers, gangsters, and prostitute. Like, God damn.
For example, for example, I can give vivid example. Just 1 minute. Andrew Kibe, you know Andrew Kibe. He's talking a lot of smack on African American, but it's not all Kenya like that. You smart brother from Kenya. The brother here work with Kenyans only, Kenya, Uganda, and then not like Andrew Kibe, who was talking a lot of negative, who was giving smack on Black America. You know, he was though the white man say all these African American people are lazy and stuff.
Yeah,
he's lying, but that does not define all the Kenyans. So if somebody shows sight, you know, if somebody don't reason, it's gonna say, "Oh, this Kenyan like this." It's not.
Yeah.
You see, you can generalize experience of one person to everybody. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's answering your question. My impression: no, African American are cool people. You know, cool people, smart people, intelligent. I look at the.
I think all Africans are cool. I love all African people. So I think that's what they use to divide and conquer, Sparrow. They want to separate us as a people. See, our power, like you said, is in our unity. That's why I was only advocating for the Swahili language, because I want us back in power again. I just wanted the quickest route. Now, and what you're saying has some validity to it. I'm not questioning what you're saying, the validity. I'm just trying to get the fastest route. I'm trying to take the fastest road to power. I want black. Go ahead.
Jabba says we should make it the language of commerce. Very true. And so hopefully next Sunday afternoon Eastern time, we shall be here and continuing with the lesson. Nubian Farao, your insights are wonderful. We also do have platforms where we can check out more of what you do in Tanzania.
Yeah, it makes me proud. He makes me proud of him as an African. He gives me hope. He gives me hope for African people.
Yeah, there is a hope with us. There is a hope with us as well, and we do hope we shall join
us. Family.
And I get to tell us a little bit more
peace,
about
peace. Thanks, man. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Peace.
Peace to you too, and I thank
appreciate you, Pharaoh.
We appreciate it.
Spike beats back there. Oh, every time I see her, Spike play this music, I'm like, damn, I ain't heard that shit in years. Man, if you guys don't join us on our Twitter channel, guys. Seto and Maria reached a milestone yesterday. They had 2,160 people on the live stream yesterday.
Oh.
And then Maria and Seto on our Twitter channel. And then the day before that, they had 1,500. The day before that, 7. So the numbers are constantly growing. So on the live, they had 2,160 people on that live yesterday. So the numbers are.
That's on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah. That's on our Twitter page. You should be on Twitter. You still on our Twitter page? Yeah, our Twitter page. They had 2,160 people on the live.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good progress, and I love the work that Maria does, and also having a brother like this Anubi and Afara also just giving our insights is wonderful. Zero Mosquito, thank you so much. We also do have Jiba Jabba, thank you so much. Danny Harrison, thank you so much for being with us on the show. Sister Michelle, we appreciate you. We hope that your day is going great. Who else do we have on here? And who else was with us here? I think we did have Big Cheese as well. Thank you so much for being with us on the show. We truly value and appreciate you. I hope to catch you next time on Sunday.
It'll be Sunday, guys. The Swahili class will be on Sunday. I think that's easier for Spikes on Sunday.
It will be on Sunday.
And then get ready for a show when he's back out in the streets. He'll be talking to people on the streets, and they'll probably be trying to jack him for his phone.